Okay, Lukey Luke, we are on. So we got co-host here, Lukey Luke,
Hello,
also known as
ladies
Lucas
and
Olson.
Don't say my last name.
So Lucas, we met at Regal.
We did
Yeah,
working at Regal.
Regal Cinemas. That's closed now.
Oh God, that was fun.
Yeah, we still technically are
I'm
employed.
Basically still employed there. I don't think I ever want to go back, but that's fine.
Wow. Okay. So tell me about your kind of why you even wanted to work at Regal to begin with. For me personally, when I applied, I thought it was going to be a lot more like the idea of working at a movie theater was a lot more appealing than like a fast food restaurant. And in a way, I feel like working at a movie theater is fun, but like in concept, but when you're actually doing it, it's different because you got the whole like shitty customer side of things as well.
Well, that's my favorite part is the shitty customers. I like dealing with rude people.
Do you got any stories about shitty customers?
Nothing worth telling. Well, I guess I have that story about the two teenagers that one time, but maybe that's too inappropriate to talk about.
You could just talk about it.
All right. Well, yeah, there was that one time that there was the two teenagers. I don't remember the movie that was playing, but they kept fooling around the whole movie. And
describe fooling around.
Yeah, we had to keep on checking on them. And when the movie ended, everything was fine. And I went to go clean the theater, and there was a shirt right where they were sitting. Whatever. Just thought they left a shirt, right? I take the shirt out, and I'm like, oh, they left the shirt. It's pretty nice. We put it in the lost and found. And our manager goes, what is that? And it's just drenched. It's drenched in man juice. I don't know, but I didn't wear gloves. And then they had the audacity to sit outside the theater and just wait there as I'm holding
my man was refueling, man. He was exhausted afterwards.
It was such a nice shirt. It was a Sounders shirt, and it was like so nice.
Do you want to? I know this one off the top of my head, and it was the one I was thinking you were referring to. It's a little bad, but I think you're in the clear. The one where you misgendered somebody.
Oh God! Should we talk about this?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you were in the wrong.
No, I wasn't in the wrong because I actually felt really bad, and I really didn't mean to do it. But yeah, so a mother and her daughter came up, and got their tickets and concessions, and I put them in as two adults, and the mom questioned me about it. And so I said, is he 12? And the mother's eyes, there was just fire in her eyes. And she just went, it's she. And I felt so bad because I really did not mean to do that.
Uh-huh.
And so anyway, we went about our day. I got their concessions for them and their tickets. And then they went and sat down in the lobby. And they just both started crying and hugging each other. And I knew it was because they thought I was a piece of crap.
Did you apologize?
Well, in the moment, yeah, when they were up there, I apologized. And they just said it was okay, but like...
Didn't they just end up leaving?
Yeah, they did.
They didn't get refunds?
No, they ended up leaving.
I'm trying to think of like a shitty customer situation that I...
Well, there was more, but it's just...
A lot of them are just the same.
Nothing fun to tell, just angry moms.
Yeah.
Who don't want to deal with their kids.
I remember one time, well, there's been multiple times I've been working when someone's thrown up, and we have specific throw-up kits. Oh. So when it comes to someone having to use that to clean it up, I just act stupid and don't act like I don't know how, because I'm not gonna clean up throw-up. But technically, let's say it takes 30 minutes to clean up throw-up. That's like $6 to clean up someone's throw-up, and I'm just not gonna do that.
I've never had to clean up throw-up there.
Never once?
Mm-mm.
I never have either, but I've been there multiple times.
The theater we worked at was dead.
Yeah, we worked at like a 6-screen
mall.
Yeah, back of the mall, actually. And it was just super duper slow all the time.
Yeah.
But you never told me why exactly you wanted to work at a movie theater in particular.
Needed a job. Just, things happen in life and you just need a job. And I needed a job. And, I love movies. My life doesn't revolve around movies, but it's just like, it's my thing. I like movies, and it's like, might be fun, and you get free movie tickets. And I've met some of my best friends there, and was a really fun experience, and
Really fun.
yeah.
That's what you described.
Well, our theater was dead.
I think it's really fun in
we-
the sense of the people you work with, not the job itself.
No, the job itself wasn't fun, but it was the people we were with, and I think it made the job fun.
Yeah,
So like, I don't regret, even though the hours sucked and obviously the money sucked. Like,
the money was awful.
such a good experience.
Yeah, I think I would maybe have more fun working at independent theater because there's this page I follow on Facebook, and ones that work at independent theaters, they talk about like fun things that they do at their theater, like they'll show movies to their employees like separately and just like stuff like that. But things you can't do at a big chain.
I just think everybody has that job where they may not have liked it, and it's obviously a job they don't want to like stay at forever.
Yeah,
but it's
Real's definitely like a high school, college.
Yeah,
type of job.
it's a job that like I'll always remember in my heart. It's like a lot of good memories, and saw a lot of movies for free. So
what about? Well, actually,
Regal is not my theater of choice, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think Century is like the best
It is the best
theater chain,
Yeah.
but AMC, I'd say second. If you're excluding
Well, it depends on the
independents.
AMC, because there's an AMC around us, the one that you go to.
Yeah,
it's nasty, it's dirty, but like there's one.
it's better than Regal though. I think.
Yeah, but there's one 45 minutes away that's like perfect and it's clean. It's like my favorite theater.
The thing is, though, is that Regal used to have the you get 2 passes every single day, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then they cut that down to 2 a week. And then when they did that, I was like, fuck you guys. So then I got AMC A-List, and that's pretty much why I went to AMC all the time. So I saw my movies there while working at Regal.
We're both about to get fired from Regal. Not that we care, but
yeah, not that I give a shit. But I think at the same time, I think Regal's an okay job. I just think it's...
Yeah.
I think after you've been there for a year and you get the whole gist of everything, it gets
kind of
dull.
boring. And I felt like towards the end, I felt like I only went there like
to hang out, to
hang out.
Yeah.
To hang out. Even our bosses, like we just hung out.
Yeah,
like
I think
it was so dead. Like we would do our job, but also like there's only so much you can do in such a small theater.
Yeah.
And especially when there's movies playing, it's not like we can go scrub the floors or the seats or so there's only so much you can do. So it's like
Yeah, and I think everyone pretty much who worked there was just fun to be with and work with.
There's
much.
not one person I just didn't dislike there. Besides you. Or never mind.
Okay, next topic.
Let's
wanted
just talk about theaters closing down.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to go into.
Okay.
You sent me that article about AMC doing the
Yeah.
thing with Universal.
The thing that will destroy theaters forever.
I think people are already kind of predicting that was going to happen. Like theaters were going to be the next blockbuster in Hollywood video.
I just didn't want to believe it.
Well, statistically, like movie people who go into the movies is even lower than it usually was.
But
prior years.
I think well, we'll explain it in a second. But I think it totally is like if like this is the way they want to go. I think it is like the perfect pathway to just going to streaming. Like So the deal is that like I think it's only for Universal movies as of right now, unless any other studios join in on it. But after 17 days of the movie being out, then they can put the movie to like a premium. Like I think you'll just be able to rent it for like $20, so it's kind of expensive still. But like
it's expensive in the sense if like I'm wanting to watch
yourself.
it, but if like you have a group of people,
Yeah, then it's not bad. But it's like I think that leads to then people are gonna be like, well, I'll just wait 2 more weeks to.
Not
watch
only
it
that,
at
but if
home.
someone just doesn't have the time to see it as it opens up, and then they could just see it in their house.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people right now, like as of right now, that just like
I think they're
do
getting used
not-
to the streaming service right now.
yeah, but also
especially.
do not want to go back to theaters. Like I cannot tell you how
Yeah.
many people are just like, I'm not going back to theaters till there's a vaccine, which I understand, but it's like, I mean,
Which is another reason why I don't want to go back to Regal once everything opens up. The bullshit sanitizing everything all the time, like type of thing. Like wearing a mask the entire shift. Like as of right now, the only time I have to wear a mask is if I go into a store. Pretty much, can't imagine doing like an 8-hour shift or whatever.
well, I have to do that, so suck it up. But yeah, it kind of sucks because going to the movies is like it's not like a sacred thing, but it's just like
It's a fun thing. It's a good date.
It's
I
one
think
of
it's a
my
really good date
favorite.
night.
It's one of my favorite things to do, and
Yeah,
it makes
same.
me happy. Like, you know, especially like where we live. We live in Washington. On a nice rainy day, throw on a sweater, go see a movie. It's like the best feeling ever.
I don't know exactly. I feel like I don't know. What lifespan do you think theaters have left? If you're gonna put money down on like they got 20 years left, they got 10. I think this whole lockdown's gone people so used to like renting stuff on Vudu and just streaming stuff that
I think there's always going to be that audience. There's always going to be the audience that loves theaters and loves the theater experience. But I do think there's going to be a change, and I do think that a lot of theaters will close down, and some companies might not make it.
AMC's barely holding on right now.
I think that's why they made that deal.
Probably, yeah.
It just goes into all that.
I do think
stuff.
that theaters aren't going to go all the way entirely ever, in the sense that like there's small like 2-screen theaters that still exist today that just play older films and whatnot. Which because some people, like you said, some people love doing that type of going to see a movie on a big screen with good sound and getting popcorn and all that stuff. And I think that's still going to exist, but it's going to exist more so as a novelty item rather than like something that's a theater in like every city in town.
Yeah, and also that theater that we live by, that's a nonprofit theater. It plays a lot of independent stuff. Like, that's a nonprofit theater. Like, I think that's a theater that'll make it.
A theater that won't make it is ours.
Oh, of course.
I don't get how we are even still. From what I've heard, we're on a contract, so it's like we. That's pretty much why we're staying.
But like that independent theater, they make their money off of people. I think the bulk of the audience that goes there are people who like genuinely love movies and like want to see a movie.
Not only that, the bulk of people who go there also
are
probably they don't understand how to work.
Every time I've ever been there, it's old people.
I saw my cousin Rachel there, and when I went into the theater, that's all there was. It's just old people.
The first movie I saw there was Hunt for the Wilder People. All old people.
I'm trying to think about the movie. I've seen Manchester by the Sea there.
Yeah.
Before it came out in wide release, which was super dope.
I saw American Honey there, and that was the one time I saw a movie there where it wasn't old people. It was like people their early 20s, and they just got super drunk, and like halfway through the movie, like that movie's 2 hours and like 45 minutes long.
Uh-huh.
I loved the movie, but obviously they didn't. And like halfway through the movie, they stood up and they like said something about like, this movie's stupid. They're just selling newspapers. And they then rolled their beer bottles down the theater. And it was just like, what the heck?
I remember that just reminded me of tell your the Way Back story.
The Way Back.
When you went to go see The Way Back and you said the people in front of you.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Which, by the way, I love The Way Back.
I loved The Way Back too. I love that.
But
movie.
the guy in front of you did not.
I also love Ben Affleck, so I
like Casey Affleck better, but
I like Casey Affleck, but I must just be a fanboy for Ben Affleck.
I love Manchester by the Sea. It's one of my all-time favorite films. So I probably
still have never seen it. But anyways, this gentleman, he was probably like 25, maybe late 20s. He saw The Way Back with what I'm guessing was his parents. They looked middle-aged, and towards the end of the movie, his parents, I'm guessing, are like crying and they're teary-eyed, and his dad is like, that was such a beautiful movie. That was such a beautiful ending. And his son stands up and he literally excuse my language, like I'm saying what he said. He literally goes, that was the most retarded ending ever. And I was just like, are you serious? And, you know, because the movie, like, I guess I can understand why some people didn't like it, because it, like, he didn't get to coach their last game. But I thought it was a beautiful ending. Like, because I'm pretty sure the last shot is him playing basketball by himself.
Yeah.
And, like, I thought it was a beautiful ending, too. And I remember after he said that to his dad, he was like, he was like crying, and he was like, well, I thought it was really good. And then his son just left without them. And I felt so bad. And he's like wiping his tears off of his face, and I just felt so bad.
Have you ever walked out of a movie?
I have never walked out of a movie, but I'm also a person that like never will even like use the bathroom in the middle of a movie.
Neither will I, yeah, no.
But I've done it once, and it was for the Legend of Tarzan.
The Margot Robbie?
Yeah. And I only saw it because I like Margot Robbie.
Same.
I didn't see it. I didn't think it looked very good, but I was like, it was like the summer I was just seeing a lot of movies, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I was also the summer I saw Independence Day 2, which was like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in the theater.
The movie is really long and drawn
I
out.
saw it in the theaters. I mean, I saw it in 3D too, and it just was.
Did you ever watch
was
Cure for
just-
Wellness?
No, I heard that movie
So-
was good though.
I really liked it, but I went to see it, and there was a coworker. He doesn't work at Regal anymore, but he went to go see it, and we sat at the same time. But I was with my mom, and he was with his girlfriend, so we were like sitting in different areas. But I just remember there's a part near the end that a lot of people were just not chill with.
Mm.
It involves incest, and that's
Oh.
the part he just walks.
He walked
he
out?
walked out.
Oh my God.
I didn't see him come back.
Really?
And there's another instance where this was a mistake, where I went to see with my dad Happy Time Murders. I
I
think
have a
it's
story
called
for you after you're done with this.
Happy Time Murders. I think it's called with
the
Melissa McCarthy, the Muppets.
the puppet movie.
Yeah. And I don't know what there was this mom and these two kids, and my dad and I were already sitting down. They came in the theater.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's weird that this mom would bring her kids to see this. And it took them like 5 minutes into the movie to realize they're in the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And they just walked out and left.
Yeah. I have a story for you. So I went to go see Lighthouse, and
That's such a weird movie.
I went and saw it by myself. There was
So did
like
I.
3 people in the theater. It was kind of later showing, but I sit down, we're watching the trailers, and Jeremy Johns comes in, and you know, he lives in the
yeah.
same area as us, and we get about 5 minutes into the movie, and he just walks out, and I was like, that's weird, and I've talked to him a few times. And
Yeah, I've
like,
met him like 3-4 times.
and like he's like talked to me like, oh yeah, usually like he'll do his movie reviews like the day after, or I mean the night of most of
Yeah.
the time. And he left, and I was like, I just didn't think anything of it. I thought he was like going to get popcorn or take a piss or something, and he never came back. And I don't know, maybe there was like an emergency, or he was just like not feeling it. But it was only the first few minutes, and I was so surprised.
I mean, that's the kind of movie that it takes a little bit to get into, anyways.
Yeah,
But
maybe he does that sometimes. Maybe he'll like. I
don't think I've ever seen a movie with where he was in the theater before.
I did see Alita Battle Angel. I went up to Seattle. It was like I remember like they did the free screenings for it. Like I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks before it was released.
Yeah.
And it was basically first come first serve, and it was free tickets. And I printed them out, and me and the person I went with were like the last people in line almost. There was like one other person behind us that got to go in, and by the time we got in the theater, since we were like so far in the back of the line, the only seats available were like the very front row, and it was IMAX 3D. And we were like, is this gonna be worth it? I don't know, because I would never want to see an IMAX theater.
I wouldn't want, especially if I don't know if you're excited for the movie or not. But
Dude, I was so excited.
if I was told that like the movie I was like the next Cloverfield, it was in IMAX 3D, and I had to sit in the front row, I'm like, I don't want my first experience.
No, I was
just
so
leave.
pumped, and I was pumped. It was free, and
Yeah.
it was like 2 or 3 weeks before it was even released. But anyways, there was this lady. I think she was like some sort of manager for the studio, or someone who worked for the studio, who was like running the whole event or whatever, because there was only one showing.
Yeah.
And I think she noticed how like upset we were, just like, or not upset, but just like really. And there was, in the critic row, there was like 3 empty seats, like people who just didn't show up. And she was like, you guys can sit here. And she like took the papers off the seats, and we're like, oh my God, yes. Jeremy Johns was sitting like 3 seats away, and it was like so fun.
Did you know the other people?
No, I didn't.
I feel like they probably just like.
I think I saw like the seat. It was like people who worked for like newspapers.
That's what I would assume. Yeah.
And I don't think there's a lot of other like bigger reviewers who live around here.
Yeah, I don't think
have
so
like a big
either.
following like that. But yeah, I thought that was cool. But at that point, I already like had met him like 3 times. But it was funny, like a bunch of people were like coming up to him and like taking his picture. And I'm like too nervous to do that. Like the first time I met him, like was in Best Buy, and I don't know. I remember I like was super nervous, and I just went up to him and was like, "Are you Jeremy Johns?" And like shook his hand. He was like, "Yeah." And we just like talked about like Whiplash.
Are you
Like,
Jeremy Johns?
Yeah. No,
What
I
if
don't
he-
know.
What'd you do if you just straight responded like, like what the fuck? Like why?
No, I don't think I asked him, "Are you Jeremy Johns?" I was like, Jeremy Johns. Like I kind of questioned. I was like, Jeremy Johns. But yeah, and I like shook his hand, and then like I met him, like I was like working at Target at the time, and I like met him. I saw him there again, and I met him at Best Buy again for a second.
I met him
Yeah.
first at I went to Comic-Con like in Oregon, I think it was, and
Yeah.
he was with Screen Junkies.
Oh, really?
So I got to meet all of them, and I took a picture with them. And then the second time, it was like my third day on the job at Regal. He came in to see a movie. I don't remember what it was, but it was Pop Star, Andy Samberg.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really cool too, because he's like, "Haven't I seen you before?" And he like recognized
Yeah.
me. And then I went on break the same time that movie was getting out, and I just asked him for a picture. So I took a
Yeah.
picture with him in the theater. And then
I just feel so uncomfortable doing that. Like, I don't know why.
I met the same way. I don't know if you know Mr. Technical Difficult.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, really?
He came to our theater, and
Oh, no, I was there.
were you?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah,
Were you?
I was there. Yeah.
And then
I don't think you were even working. I think you were just like hanging out, right?
What?
I think you were.
No, I was working that day.
Yeah, but you
'cause
just
I remember someone
weren't clocked on yet. You were just hanging out, talking.
Someone told no, I was clocked on because I remember doing theater checks in there and seeing him.
Oh,
So,
yeah, yeah.
an employee told me like, "Oh, dude, Mr. Technical Difficulties here," and he was like with his
Yeah.
family. And I was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
And then I did a theater check in there. I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's in there." So then when that movie was coming out, I was I asked one of the employees to like get my phone and
Yeah.
then like take it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I walked up
Yeah.
to him and I was like, "Hey, are you? Kyle."
Yeah, he seemed like a cool dude though.
Dude, he was super dope.
Yeah.
Him and I were just talking
His company too. I don't remember what it's
at
called.
Beersy.
Yeah, that was cool. Those are cool.
Yeah. So if you don't know what Beersies are, it's like let's say you're going to a sports game or you're going anywhere publicly where you're not like supposed to have an alcoholic beverage. What Beersy is, it's a sleeve that covers your drink,
Yeah.
so you could drink it, and it just looks like a Coke or a Red Bull or
I don't
something
drink,
like
but
that.
it's a really cool idea.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then Kobe. I don't know if I have it next to me.
Kobe Bryant?
No.
No. You met Kobe Bryant?
No, so Kobe, he does this thing called Datarol, and I got just kind of like the little 5-pack things, and they're actually really, really good. Give me a lot. They give me a lot of energy.
No crash, no jitters.
Yeah, no.
Boost
So
memory.
I don't know if exactly. I wasn't really testing that, but I went to Aberdeen and Ocean Shores yesterday, and I drank 2 of these. And I was just wired. And I only got 3 hours of sleep the night before.
Oh my
So
God.
this was my only source of like caffeine, as well as my caffeine. I also have a caffeine vape that's
Oh my God.
strictly
why are you
just
showing that?
caffeine. Which is
Such
strically
a weirdo.
caffeine.
Ugh.
So I had those are the only things I had. And but Adderall, super good. Highly recommend it. I might get the jug for it as well. But But yeah, so that's Kobe's company, and Mr. Technical Kyle has the Beersy. But I just pretty much walked up to him, and I was just like,
Why are we talking about other people's products?
because it's cool. But so I walked up to him when they were in the lobby, and I asked him for a picture.
Yeah, he was really cool.
He was really cool. He like put his arm around me, and
Yeah.
then I got a really cool picture with him. And so I've met those two. I've never. I actually seen him in Target. I didn't ask for a picture or
I'm just too
anything,
scared
but
to ask for a
Onision.
picture. Oh no!
I saw
really?
Onision at the South
Yeah.
Hill Mall in Target,
Yeah.
and I texted my friend, but I didn't ask him for a picture or anything.
Why would you? No, I remember because his "I'm a Banana" video was like super popular when we were like,
Yeah.
it came out 2010? I don't know. I don't remember, but I didn't know he lived in Puyallup.
Yeah, he lives in like Tacoma pretty much.
Yeah, no, he lives in Puyallup because there was that video with Chris Hansen,
Yeah.
and it like
yeah.
showed the outside of his house, and I'm pretty sure it was like South Hill, Washington, or something. And I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I remember like when I was a kid, like I watched like some vlog video, and like I just was like, this guy lives where we live. Like
Yeah.
I just notice everywhere he is. It's a shame what happened to him. It's a shame.
Have you seen his his recent videos and stuff?
Like his freak out videos.
Yeah. I just feel like he's
Ah.
pulling at straws, like trying to see what works and what's like a last dime.
He's trying to make the last few bucks he can.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I would do the same thing. I'd just milk it out
It's
as much as
sad.
I can
It's
before I have to
sad.
get an actual job.
But anyways,
How's your new job though, from Regal to
it's pretty good.
what you do now?
It's pretty good.
What do you do now?
I work at a state park.
What do you do?
Clean toilets.
Do you really?
Yeah, dude. It's mostly cleaning up poo.
like what? Like just in the toilets or like
Well, it's
right,
like
homeless
it's like
people
a
pooping
camp. It's
outside?
like a campground. So like
You have to clean up shit.
taking
like outside.
garbage, cleaning bathrooms. Sometimes there's like weed eating and
Huh.
mowing and.
Did you know that was like part of the job when you?
Oh yeah, they made it sound like it was more like yard or like maintenance to like, I don't know, making the park look nice, which I guess it is. But I thought I was gonna be doing like yard work for 8 hours, which I was fine with, you know, because it pays good. But no, it's mostly cleaning bathrooms, and helping campers.
I mean, you did that. Yeah. You had to do that kind of at Regal.
Yeah.
So when it
It's
overflowed
fine.
a toilet, or
It pays good, so I'm not complaining. It just But anyways,
But so something that I want to bring up is, what are your guilty pleasure movies?
I think I have a lot of guilty pleasure movies.
I like Pain and
but
Gain.
I love Pain and Gain.
That's
But here's the thing: is I don't really like that saying guilty pleasure movies, because a lot of the movies that people would call guilty pleasure movies, like I genuinely actually like and
Transformers 4.
You know what? Let's talk about Transformers for a second. I want to talk about Transformers.
Okay.
I love the first Transformers movie. I love.
I haven't seen it in like forever, but I've heard that's like the best out of.
I
all of
literally
them.
like it's in my top 3 like most watched movies ever, and I also think like when I got it on DVD, like when I was probably like 10, like
You just like Megan Fox.
no, well yeah, but at the time, life was rough, and it was just like that escape. Like I feel like I could escape and watch that movie, and it just made me feel good, and also like. I think we're going to talk about this later, but something like a movie that got me into filmmaking, we can talk about this later, but like was Disturbia. And I think those two movies, like Disturbia and Transformers, like I am the biggest Shia LaBeouf fan. I see all of his movies. I buy all of his movies.
Nymphomaniac.
That is actually, there's 2 Shia LaBeouf movies I do not own, and it's Nymphomaniac.
I don't own them, but I watched
Part
both.
1 and 2. No, I've seen them. And Charlie Countryman, which I do want to own, but it's kind of harder to find on Blu-ray. But yeah, I'm like his biggest fan. But anyways, I love the first Transformers movie. And the second Transformers movie is not...
Duh. What?
No, hold on.
Not
hold
bad.
On. No. I'm not going to say it's not bad. Because
Well, that's the point of a guilty
there's
pleasure.
a lot...
You can acknowledge
maybe,
it's bad.
You don't... That might be a guilty pleasure. Because I know that one is bad. And there's some horrible dialogue. And there's a lot of things that make
Almost every Michael Bay movie is horrible dialogue.
Shut up. Anyways, it's not a good movie, but it's like I love Shia LaBeouf. People say like, oh, his character's stupid, he's not likable, but like
Then they just write him off pretty much. Like I don't know the
we'll get into that in a
the
minute.
plot really, the deep dive into the
I
Transformers.
do feel like the
Michael
first
Bay movies
3
plots.
I feel like they have like a plot. Maybe the second one not so much, but and I do think like I think the first 3 like have more of a plot than like 4 and 5. 5 has absolutely
5 the most newest one?
The Last Night, yeah. It has absolutely
The
besides
last-
Bumblebee.
The
But it's
last night, is that the one where
Transformers.
Optimus Prime is bad?
Yeah, for like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
so I saw that movie with my dad in IMAX, and that movie ended 5 times
Hold
for
on,
me.
Dude, no, listen, let me talk about this. So like I love the first, well, I don't love the first 3, but I love the first and the third one. I actually love the third one. I think it's a really good movie. And I think it has some emotional moments. But anyways, I like that movie a lot. And then the fourth one came out, and like when it came out, like, you know, I was still 14 at the time. And I'm like a huge Transformers fan, so I was like super pumped. I was like bummed Shia LaBeouf wasn't in it, but I was like, I like Mark Wahlberg. But I like the fourth one. I think it's like a good, fun action movie. It is a little bit too long.
I think every Transformers movie is too long.
Well, I think like the first one, which I think is the shortest one of the Michael Bay ones.
Yeah.
I think that's like a perfect runtime. Like, yeah, maybe it's like 2.5 hours long. It might be too long for some people, but I think that's a good runtime for a lot, like big action movies, like big budget movies. But anyways, fourth one, thought it was fine. A lot of people say that one was the worst one. I think it was fine. I liked it. I liked the action. I watch it every once in a while. The fifth one, I went and saw with my buddy in IMAX 3D. I took him for his birthday.
IMAX.
Did you see him IMAX 3D?
Yeah.
I think it was like an early showing, like a week ahead, and I like took him for his birthday, and it was like we're supposed to, and we like both loved the Transformers movies, so it was like supposed to be like this fun night, and it was. And we saw it like before reviews even came out, so like we didn't even know what to expect, and I thought the trailers were fine. People say like Michael Bay's like movie trailers are like
They're
really,
way cooler than
really
the actual
good and
movie.
really cool.
Yeah.
But I think the trailers for Transformers 5 sucked. I really think
I don't really
they
remember. I just
sucked.
remember they were broadcasting Optimus Prime is bad now.
But anyways, you're right. That movie ended about 6,000 times, and it should have ended way earlier than it did. I thought almost every single character in that movie was annoying. I liked Mark Wahlberg's character in the fourth one. I hated him in the fifth one. I hated that robot butler guy. Anthony Hopkins' character was like really weird.
I had
and
no
that's kind
idea.
of how they, I don't know if
The story in that one though was I
there's
was
no
just
story.
lost.
There's
so
no story
I-
because it's like they deleted everything. Like they just erased everything that happened in the previous ones.
Shia LaBeouf was in it in a picture.
Yeah. But I think the fourth one piggybacked off the third one. Like they talked about the Battle of Chicago and like it was just like not a spinoff, but it was still a sequel and like it continued the Transformers story and how they were like being killed off and stuff.
Yeah.
But the fifth one, Megatron is just back and he's alive. New voice actor. Well, the original Megatron voice actor, but like new design, just no explanation how he's alive. There's like theory videos and stuff, but it's like you shouldn't have to watch a theory video on
That's kind of like
YouTube.
Rise of Skywalker. Like
Oh god.
they just don't explain certain things. They're like just roll with it.
I like the movie, but yeah, the more you think about stuff, the more it's like, yeah.
that you could tell they didn't have a blueprinted plan for
Yeah.
the trilogy.
But my biggest issue with Transformers 5 is not only the script, it's just horrible, but also the editing and the aspect.
The
the
aspect ratio.
ratios. I didn't notice it in IMAX 3D like at all. Like I didn't notice it, but on Blu-ray, because I bought the movie.
Well, here's the
Blu-ray,
problem with me. I watched a review and they talked about the aspect ratio.
did?
So when I went
I've
to see
never
the
heard
movie,
anybody else talk about it, and I'm like,
so when I
hate it.
saw the movie, that's like when it started happening. I'm like, oh,
I don't know
no.
if it was like that. It wasn't probably like that in regular cinemas, but
Maybe not. I don't know.
well, in theaters, I think you could notice, but it was kind of like a Christopher Nolan movie, where like
Yeah.
it didn't seem so
Yeah.
sudden, but on Blu-ray, because I'm pretty sure they filmed with like. I'm not like a huge camera person, but I think they filmed with just like 70 millimeter, just like regular.
I know
cameras.
they had different cameras.
and then they
that-
filmed with IMAX cameras.
Yeah.
But then I'm pretty sure Michael Bay used his like custom Bayhem or whatever it's called red camera that they like made him.
Yeah.
He used that like for a lot of handheld shots. But literally the aspect ratio is literally like in the action scenes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like say that the editing in the other ones is like super choppy and bad. But like compared to the fifth one, the other ones are like masterpieces.
Another
for
movie
real.
that never ended to me was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
That movie had like 5
A
endings.
lot of people loved that movie.
I didn't. I thought Rami Malek, amazing performance, but it should have been. In my
Parts of
opinion.
that movie, I thought he had a really good performance, but other parts, I felt like he didn't.
I just don't think it was best picture worthy.
It wasn't. And also all that stuff that happened behind the scenes, like
Oh yeah.
it was shot by 2 people.
You know what's funny? I was not at all excited for Rocket Man because of Bohemian Rhapsody. Like when I went to go sit down my first time watching Rocket Man, I was like, okay, this is gonna be like
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody. It's gonna be like 3 hours long, and it's gonna be eh. But then that movie ended up being one of my all-time favorite movies.
I
of,
think
like,
Rocket
2019.
Man was a lot more creative.
The way they
And-
transitioned from scene to scene through the
Yeah.
music numbers was just amazing. I love that movie, and that the thing for me, I think the movie's paced perfectly in the sense of like it just breezes by from when I watch it.
I
But
felt like it went on a little too long. Like I liked the movie, but I still felt like that one went on a little too long.
and that's what I've heard from a few people. But for me, it just goes by so fast.
But I have to be honest, I do like Taron Egerton's performance.
I love Taron
lot
Egerton's
better.
performance.
I like it a lot better, and he did really good job singing the music too.
Dude, I know.
And I'm pretty
and-
sure Elton John
They
said
did a
that,
s-
like he
yeah.
did a really good job.
Yeah, which is funny because Taron Egerton sang "I'm Still Standing" and "Sing," and then he sang it again
I
in
think I
Rocket
read about
Man.
that. Yeah.
And it's funny because me and my friend have this ongoing joke of which version of "I'm Still
I haven't
Standing."
even heard the one in Sing. Is it good?
I mean, it's "I'm Still Standing." It's like it's the more faster paced version,
And
like
it's
the
an
original.
animated movie, so he probably wasn't like trying to be like Elton John, I imagine.
But so there's like those 3 versions of it, and we always joke like, "Oh, I want to put on the Sing version." So one time, this happened like a few weeks ago. I was taking pictures at my cousin's 20th birthday party.
Uh-huh.
My sister rented like some Airbnb like on an island or whatever, and I was controlling the music on my phone, and I played the Taron Egerton version on Rocket Man.
Uh-huh.
And then my sister was like, "Is this from Sing?" And I'm like, "No." And I had to describe it from her, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Can you put the Sing one on?" And I'm
Oh
like,
my goodness.
No.
Yeah. I liked the movie, but
I really liked
I have
it.
no intention to really ever watch it again, and I don't know why.
I saw it 3 times in theaters, and I've
don't-
probably seen it 5 times.
I
Like,
don't
on
remember the
Blu-ray.
director's name, and I don't know if it was his fault.
Dexter Fleck.
Flexter?
Yeah.
That's probably so bad and wrong. Fletcher. Dexter Fletcher?
Yeah, I think
Could still be
that's-
wrong. I don't know. But anyways,
I think he's the one who cleaned up.
I think the movie,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
both of the movies had this like the same style in the way that like they looked so dull to me. Like they had not much color. And I think Elton John, the Rocket Man movie, could have had a lot more like color. I don't know. They just seemed very like
Terminator Salvation.
didn't do anything for my eyes. Exactly, kind of like that. Like where
That
it's
movie
like,
bothers me in the sense of that it's pretty much, it's basically a black and white movie. Like the
they
color scheme-
used a concrete color palette.
Yeah,
That's what it
it's just-
reminds me of.
It
Kind
I-
of like Terminator Salvation, but I do think it worked for Terminator Salvation, and I like that movie.
I haven't seen it in forever, so I can't really judge it. I just remember watching it and being like,
I think it's a lot
that
better than
didn't
Dark
really
Fate. I do. I think it's the third best Terminator movie. I really
Dark
do.
Fate's the newest one, right?
Yes.
So I liked it the moment I walked out of the theater. I'm like, oh, dang,
Same.
that was cool. But
Yeah.
as I started,
I was
like,
disappointed in the beginning, but I gave it a
that
chance.
beginning was just
Yeah.
like, what?
I
But
just like I was talking about this earlier today, where it just begins with that moment,
and you're just like, what the fuck?
and you're like, this is supposed to be a direct sequel to Terminator 2, and you do that? Like, are
Yeah.
you serious? And they like hyped up what's his name being in it.
Arnold.
No, the kid
No.
who plays John Connor.
Oh,
What the heck's his name? I always do this when we're talking about stuff. I just forget.
I don't remember.
Anyways, they hyped him up being in it. They probably just used his face, and he dies within like 3 seconds of him being on the screen. And then
it's almost
it
like
just cuts
Ryan
him,
Reynolds
and,
in
and
life.
it just introduces Danny, the new character. I'm pretty sure that's where
Yeah.
it just does. And it's like, okay, now you're supposed to care about this character.
My biggest
And I
pro-
gave it a chance, and like I tried to care, and I liked the movie when I left, but
when the more you start thinking about it, the more it's just like,
no, and I bought it on Blu-ray, and I've watched it a few times, and every time I watch it, it's just like it's this nasty taste in my mouth. I'm just like,
can you
what's wrong?
imagine?
I'd rather watch Genesis.
It's almost like Dark Fate is the Alien 3 of the Terminators because of how Alien 3 starts, where it just
yeah, but I
kills
think,
everybody off, and then Ripley's like on her own now.
I know that movie has been out
Has
longer, but
fan-
that movie has a lot more fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alien 3 does have a fan base, but
I think Terminator Dark Fate, like no one cares about Terminator anymore.
I mean,
We have
I
those
like
first-
Genesis. Genesis, I actually liked it. I'm in the odd.
You know what? I used to have Genesis, but I got rid of it because I was just like, don't need it. But honestly, I'd rather watch Genesis. I think it's a more fun
I would
movie.
rather watch Genesis as well.
I think it's a more fun movie. I think it's more enjoyable. It's not the best Terminator movie, but I think it's a more lighthearted and like fast-paced. Dark Fate's fast-paced, but like I don't know. I just think it's more enjoyable.
I think a lot of those 80s action movies are having a really hard time. Like, we see RoboCop try to come back.
Oh.
Nothing happened.
The
Terminator's,
movie wasn't horrible, but it was like
Terminator's
poop.
trying to come back, and every single attempt it's had is just kind of
You know what I think
failed.
they should do with Terminator is make a TV show. Give it like an.
It did. The Sarah Connor.
No,
Sarah
I know,
Connor
I know,
Chronicles.
and I've watched the first season and it was pretty good. But I'm talking about like a bigger budget, like HBO series maybe.
I think
and
that'd
I
be
th-
cool.
I don't think you could do wrong. with
Everybody
that.
wants the future world, the future war
And-
stuff.
Yeah,
and I think that'd be so
dude,
cool.
I like Salvation. I really do. I think it's a good movie, and I wish we, like,
Kind of get a more better
instead
version
of
of it.
Genesis or Dark Fate, I would have rather gotten a sequel to Salvation. Like, I like that movie, and you can say what you want about Sam Worthington, or you could say what you want about the director. But dude, I like the movie. I really do.
It's super funny because it's almost like every single new Terminator movie that comes out, it's all like, yeah, let's forget about all the other ones. And,
This is a sequel to Terminator 2.
yeah,
All
and
the other ones just spin-offs.
yeah, and then another one is Alien, which I've loved every single new Alien installment from Alien 2, Alien Resurrection, and 3 were not that
what
great.
Alien movie
Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
did they erase basically 3 and 4?
They
I've never even
didn't technically.
I've never even seen Resurrection or Alien 3. I've never even seen them.
Oh, so but okay, so
I've seen like half of Alien 3, but like we were just talking about, like it's like this is not
Prometheus and Alien, the
Alien Covenant.
yeah,
Yeah.
are both before anything,
Yeah, no, I know.
before any of
Yeah.
them. So it's not like they're.
Oh yeah,
It's not like they cut 3 and Resurrection out because they just don't even
Did
matter.
you like Alien Covenant?
I loved it.
Oh, you loved it?
I do think the ending was tacked on with like trying to recreate Alien in a way, but I
Yeah.
loved it, and I
The studio
love
probably
Prometheus.
made Ridley Scott do that.
I love Prometheus.
No, dude, I love Prometheus.
I want it on 4K so bad because that movie probably
Is it
looks
out on 4K?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is? Oh.
I'm pretty sure it is. I have the 3D Blu-ray, and but that movie just looks so beautiful. I remember watching it in theaters and being like, eh. But then like I rewatched and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, this is so good. And then not only that, but on the Blu-ray, it has like a 3-hour documentary of
No,
like the
I know.
development to like
Yeah.
the whole filming process, which
Yeah.
is just really inspirational.
I do think Prometheus is like kind of underrated, but I also think
I
it was
think.
because people were expecting an
People-
alien movie,
And then they made an Alien movie, and people
and
got
then
pissed
people
off
were
about
like,
that.
"That's poop."
Yeah,
And it was a good movie, but like I don't really ever.
I
feel
love
like
Michael
rewatching
Fassbender.
It. No, he was good.
Michael Fassbender
Yeah.
fighting Michael Fassbender. That was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
But I love Prometheus. But back to my point, which is it seems like all these older films are trying to make a comeback, but nothing's sticking.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of like another.
Besides, I think Halloween did a good job.
Halloween did do a really good job.
and
I do
I'm really
think it
excited.
needed script. Like, for instance, the scene where the boyfriend just throws the girl's phone in the punch. I was like, what the hell was that about? It just happened so she didn't have a phone throughout the rest of the onward
Yeah.
with the scenes.
The only thing I like really understand, like people having problems with, is the twist at the end.
The twist being.
Whatever the guy's name is, the new.
Oh, where he tried to.
He like doesn't he like put on Michael Myers' mask?
Yeah.
And, like,
And then they just completely cut it out. They're like, oh, yeah, let's not do that anymore. And then just.
yeah, but I am excited for the sequels.
I've heard it's supposed to be like way more brutal and whatnot.
The only like comeback movie I guess that I was excited for was probably RoboCop.
Really?
The Neil Blomkamp.
Oh, Neil
one.
Blomkamp. He also did Alien 3. He was supposed to do.
I was excited for that too.
So was I.
But I think his style would go so well
I
with
love
RoboCop.
District 9.
District 9 is so good.
District 9 is a good inspirational film for like filmmakers, I
No,
think.
for sure. And I really his fan films are. I mean, not his fan films.
His short
like,
films?
Yeah, his short
Yeah.
films are really good too.
My sister's a huge.
But, like-
my sister's not a huge movie person, but she loves Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah,
Even
and
though he
I
doesn't
do-
really do much
Dude,
now.
I love Elysium, too. I love
haven't
that. That
seen
was
that
the first
forever.
movie I ever saw in IMAX, and I don't know if that's why I just have a
I think Polar
weird
Express
relationship
is.
with that movie. But I love Elysium. I didn't love Chappie. Like,
I like Die Antwoord, the band.
see, I didn't.
I like I like them as a band,
Oh,
not
okay.
necessarily as
Yeah,
actors.
I thought towards the end of the movie, I was like, I'm so annoyed with these people. But I did really like Hugh Jackman's performance in that movie, and his mullet was awesome.
I do like Hugh Jackman a lot. But I'm trying to think of an instance. Actually, you know what? Kind of tell me what films inspire you filmmaking wise. For me, growing up,
Inspire me or inspired me at first?
like what movies did you watch and then you were like, man, I want to make movies like this?
Well, I'll tell you where I was first inspired. So like, as a kid, like I always kind of wanted to like be an actor and be in movies. I
Yeah.
thought it'd be so cool. And this answer might not be what a lot of other people's answers are.
But I just want all the money.
No. The two movies that like, first one was like Disturbia, and then
Mhm.
watching like behind the scenes. And a lot of people don't like that movie, but dude, I love that movie. Like I have a really strong connection with that movie, and I just love it. And it's like a thriller, it's like a comedy, it's like a little rom-com, and it's like a little bit, there's horror
Yeah.
in there too. But that movie just made me want to like be in a movie or like help make a movie. Like
Yeah,
have you
just-
have you seen the behind the scenes of that movie? It just
No.
seems so fun. And I
The
don't know.
same thing with Prometheus. You just look at these humongous sets
Yeah.
that they build, and it's like, or like a Michael Bay movie for Transformers. It looks like an amusement park in a way.
Exactly. Oh, dude, Michael Bay's sets look so fun.
They'd be so,
So
perfect for
fun.
like pictures in a way, just like taking
Yes.
pictures on those
Yeah.
sets and making it look like
Yeah.
you're in a destroyed city or whatever.
And then the other movie was Super 8.
Super
and,
8.
And
That's a pretty good movie. I got the steelbook for that.
I remember I saw like a super late night showing when it came out with my mom. And I remember like when I got out, I was just like, wow. And I think it's why I like,
That movie's connected to Cloverfield.
I
by
always
the way.
back up J.J. Abrams because I just love that movie
You
so much.
mean
But I was like 12 when that movie came out or when I saw it. And I remember I was just like the kids making the movies in that,
uh-huh.
I was just like, me and my friends could do that. And I had a broken iPod Touch, and I just started like making short films with my friends. And that movie like really inspired me. And I've always like been a big movie person. Like I've always
Yeah.
had like a little DVD collection, and now I have like a big Blu-ray collection. But like I think that's where it started, where it just made me like really want to like make movies, and it like really, I don't know. People might not like I don't know, because a lot of people are like, oh, Raiders or Star Wars or
Okay, quick side note. So when you work at Regal, you get to put your favorite movie on.
yeah.
Everybody's is like
No,
Star Wars,
dude.
Lord of the Rings.
I have 2 name tags. The first one I put Raiders of the Lost Ark because it is one of my favorite movies, but I was like, I was too scared to put Super 8 or something like that.
My first one I put Cloverfield.
That's not my favorite movie, but it's like just a movie that like inspired me and made me like appreciate movies and view it as like a beautiful art form.
Yeah.
But I think I was just too scared, and after a while I was comfortable there. I was like, I don't really care. And then they changed the logo, so I needed a new name tag, and I put that on there. But I don't know. I guess I was just too scared. People would, like question me. If you put something like Raiders, you're like, yeah,
yeah. Same thing with Star Wars.
yeah.
You
It's
put
like
Star Wars,
easy.
it's like, okay,
It's
yeah,
easy.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. I put Cloverfield, and there's been a few interactions I had with people who are like, oh, Cloverfield?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Like, that's an interesting choice to put as your favorite movie.
Yeah.
But Cloverfield for me is that movie that inspired me to make filmmaking because I love found footage movies.
Yeah.
And no matter how bad a found footage movie is, I always feel inspired because it pretty much looks like you can just grab a camera and make that same
That's
thing on your
true.
own,
Yeah.
which really inspires me, which I love Cloverfield.
Yeah.
And I like it how it separates itself because pretty much you only see found footage in
Yeah.
horror films. Cloverfield's more of like a sci-fi action-ish type
and
of
Blair
film.
Witch Project did that for me too, where it was like
Yeah.
the first time I saw it, I was like, this movie is doing such a good job. And I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't know if I don't know if it like still holds up in the way I remember it, but like it's like this is doing a really good job at like keeping up with me and like
Yeah.
scaring me, and but it's like it looks so shitty. It really does, and it makes you feel like anyone could do it.
Yeah.
And I know like there's talent that goes into it, and there's like a lot of hard work that went into making that movie. Like
That's a good example of use the gear that you got and just go make
Yeah.
something. Because that's pretty much what they did.
and I think if you have a good idea and you have the heart, like
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to do something really good.
Yeah.
Um,
But for me also, I grew up, my dad's a humongous horror movie fan, so I grew up watching like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all these type of like 80s horror films, which honestly stick with me today as films that I love.
yeah.
Specifically, Evil Dead, I think, is
Well, dude,
my all-time favorite.
horror movies that came out in the 80s,
They could not, I don't
they're
think,
memorable.
yeah.
Horror movies that come out today are not memorable.
I think James Wan was bringing it back until he was like, I'm done with horror movies for a while.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
I-
the first Saw is like really good, but also that movie came out almost 20 years ago. I think 2004.
He did Dead Silence, which is, a lot of people say is not a good movie, but I really
haven't
liked
seen
it. Conjuring 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're good.
And one of
I
my,
didn't like the second one that much, honestly.
I liked the first one definitely way more.
No, I liked the first one.
But one of my all-time favorite horror films is Insidious, because I
That
love,
movie actually scared me.
I love, dude, that fucking old lady right there was terrifying. Like when I first watched it, but I love the whole like twist that they did to it. It's not just a haunted house movie.
Yeah.
It's like this whole other element of like
Yeah.
this going into the further and this being its own like dimension in a way. And I absolutely loved it. And
I've seen it once, and it was in 2010, and it scared me so bad. Like I do want to go back and watch it, but like I was like 10, and that movie like it actually scared me. And like not a lot of movies that can actually like scare me.
him and Lee Winnell are like a great duo. And I think Lee Winnell's like building a name for himself. He just did The Invisible Man.
I don't.
He did The Invisible
No,
Man.
he might direct.
Oh,
Olson
yeah, I know.
with Ryan Gosling.
I thought you were just saying Wolfman. I'm like,
Oh no,
he didn't do that.
No, I hope he. Because
I know.
I think he was just in talks. He's
Yeah.
in talks to direct it, but I hope
He also did Upgrade.
Upgrade is so.
I
good.
love that movie so much.
I really hope they don't do this like
The TV show
this
thing.
TV show. Just leave it alone.
It is its
With
own
the way
perfect thing.
With the way it ended,
The way it ended is just like,
I didn't think it would end that way, but
neither did I.
since it ended that way, I think they should just leave it alone and don't milk it.
They had
It
like
was
a
a-
weird discounted Leonardo DiCaprio in it. That scientist dude. The whole time in
Oh
the movie, I'm
my
like, this guy
God.
looks like Leo, but
The
like,
only other thing,
and then
I've
he's a discount Tom Hardy. I always hear that too. The main
yeah,
actor.
Yeah.
He was in Prometheus too. He's the
Yeah,
one
he
of the
was.
first guy to get infected. Oh,
the only-
go.
The guy you're saying, I don't know his name, but the guy,
Tom Hardy ripoff.
no.
He's a really
the
good
guy
actor.
who you said's a
the-
Leonardo DiCaprio
yeah.
ripoff. The only other movie I've seen him in was a Need for Speed.
I don't even think I saw that. That has Paul, the dude from Breaking Bad in
Yeah.
it.
I like that movie. I'm not gonna lie. I like it.
But Prometheus has one of the most disgusting scenes that I've ever seen in movies ever. When the girl's giving birth to the alien, and it like cuts open her stomach, and then it has like those two little arms that go in, open it up,
Dude,
and
have
it
you
just
never seen
grabs
The
it out
Fly?
there. I have, yeah.
That scene when she gives birth.
I don't know.
I show people that scene just to gross them out. It's hilarious.
I showed which Evil Dead 2 is I mean it's gory, but it's not like I don't know, it's not that bad to me. But I was this friend I was hanging out with, they had the Evil Dead 2 action figure at Walmart. And then I was telling him like the scene where he cuts off his own arm with the chainsaw when his hand becomes possessed. And I was showing them that scene, they're like, ew, and they just want to stop watching. And I'm like, I don't know, like that stuff doesn't really bother me. It's just that
Dude,
weird.
I love gore.
Yeah,
I love gore, especially if it's done right. And it like
yeah. Evil Dead 2 is I don't know. I always go back and forth. Like I love Evil Dead 1 in the sense of its own contained like type of teenagers go to a cabin try to survive type of thing. But I love Evil Dead 2 in the sense of they took all the ideas from that and just expanded on them and made them even better. Because if you watch the first one, the shotgun in there is just a single barrel.
Yeah.
The Book of the Dead's different, and just the characters are different. And it's weird what they do in Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness.
Do you think they're gonna make a sequel to the reboot?
No, they're not. They're making a sequel. They're making an Evil Dead
to
movie.
The show?
No, I wish. I'm really upset that the show got canceled. I actually didn't watch the show
haven't seen
as
the
it was
show.
coming out.
I watched the trailers and I was like, it looks funny.
It's such a good show. They only did 3 seasons.
yeah.
I didn't watch it as the show was premiering.
I mean, I didn't watch it.
But
in
like,
general,
but I love Evil Dead, and then like all 3 seasons came out, and I just got
do you own them?
Yeah, the 3 the complete edition on Blu-ray.
Nice.
And then I rewatched Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness, and then I just binge watched all 3 seasons in like 2 days, and then I went back to the original
How long
Evil
are
Dead.
the seasons?
They're about like 10 episodes each.
So short.
Yeah.
Are they like an hour long, or are they like half hour?
I want to say they're like 45 minutes. Yeah, I think.
All right.
I'm pretty sure. But I didn't watch Evil Dead 1 originally because in a way they kind of retcon that for Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
But in a way they don't, because it's almost like they merge they take certain things from each of the films and make them canon in a way.
How would you feel if Sam Raimi came back and made an Evil Dead?
That'd be so awesome. But I think he's just kind of done with horror. I think he just is like, I'll throw the money at a movie or a script that looks
What
cool.
was was his last horror movie Drag Me to Hell? Was that his last horror movie?
I don't.
Because I love that movie, but I think it flopped. I think it did really bad.
I like Drag Me to Hell. But yeah, I don't know. What is he even doing right now?
Well, I think his next is Doctor Strange 2.
Oh yeah. It's going to be weird because everything's just, all the productions. Like,
Which I'm excited for, but also scared for. I don't know if they're going to let him use his style. I don't know if...
That's why Edgar Wright had the balls of saying no to a Marvel movie with saying no to Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Because they just wouldn't let him do what he wanted to do. So he's like, yeah.
Dude, if we got an Edgar Wright Ant-Man movie...
That would be dope.
I think they kind of tried to use some things he did.
Maybe. I don't know. How would you feel if like you were super passionate about a project and then the studio that was going to produce it, like give you the money to make it, were like, oh yeah, we like it, but we want you to do all these other things compared to what you wanted to do?
The movie would have been like 10 times better. Let's just be honest. It's the same thing with Solo.
Solo felt weird to me.
It felt was a block of mud.
Yeah, it felt like it was just weirdly it felt like you had a bunch of scenes and like, how do we make these things relate and like move along together?
No, it's just like I would rather like have watched. It doesn't matter how bad the cut was or if it was.
I would have, yeah.
Phil and Lord Miller, like I would much rather watch their movie. And I'm not saying Ron Howard is a bad director, but it's like that movie is so mediocre, and it's like like when I think about the movie, I think about mud for some reason. Like it's just like
I mean, it's all brown.
You can't see anything. And I do think the guy that played Solo, Alden Ehrenreich, however you say his name.
He was in Beautiful Creatures.
Yeah, and he was in that Coen Brothers movie too. What
I
was
don't
it called?
remember.
Something Caesar.
Oh, Hail Caesar.
Yeah, Hail Caesar.
Yeah.
He's a good actor, and
I
I think
think so
he did
too.
a good job. I wasn't like as mad as other people like about him playing Solo. Like at first I was like, what the hell? Like I'd rather get an Obi-Wan movie. But
Do you think Disney's done a good job with their them taking on the Star Wars?
well, I like Mandalorian. It's pretty good. Actually, I have to be honest about Mandalorian. I like it. It's good, but it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. Maybe towards the end.
I think that's a good thing, though, in the sense of it's its own thing. It's not connected or like has strings attached to it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just. I think it was the third episode. It's the one that Bryce Dallas Howard directed.
Pretty Lady.
That episode was so out of place and so weird, and it just like felt like it didn't belong, and I feel like I just didn't really like that episode.
Huh. You just don't like female directors.
No. Literally my favorite 2 episodes. What's her name?
You just don't like gingers.
It's the woman who's directing the Obi-Wan show. She directed like the 2 best Mandalorian episodes.
I am excited for the only one show, mainly because Ian McGregor. I love Ian McGregor.
Handsome man.
Yeah, very handsome man. I loved him in Doctor Strange. I think he did.
Doctor Strange.
Not Doctor Strange. Doctor Sleep. He did an amazing job in that.
Dude,
I
he
love
did a
that
good job
movie.
in Birds of Prey. I don't remember if you.
I really liked his character in Birds of Prey, but I wasn't a big fan of Birds of Prey.
I liked him a lot in Birds of Prey.
What do you think of Birds of Prey in general?
I liked it.
I thought it was. I just felt like you could tell what scenes that stunt director came in, the one who did John Wick.
Yeah.
Because all those scenes would happen, and then the final act happens, and it's just kind of feel dull.
I liked it. I did feel like the ending was a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was cool when he just like Ewan McGregor gets blown up with a grenade.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it just kind of ended so abrupt.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I liked it though. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's trying to shove propaganda down your throat." But like maybe something like Ghostbusters where it was just like
You don't like Ghostbusters?
the 2016
You don't like Bill
one?
Murray?
The 2016 one? Bill Murray wasn't though.
He
I
wasn't.
think.
Yeah, he was. They just kill him off though.
I don't know. I like Birds of Prey. I didn't think it was like. I thought it was good. I don't know what else.
So here's a movie that I liked. I understand the criticism because there's just like weird script issues and just things that don't really make sense in it. But I think it's a beautiful looking film and it has cool. I don't know. Maybe it's a guilty pleasure. I understand why people don't like it, but Aloha.
Oh my god, dude! Are you serious?
Yeah. I rewatched it like a few months ago, and I'm like, I can see why people don't like this, but I
fucking hate that movie.
Why?
Maybe because I love Jerry Maguire so much. I was like, oh my god, this has Bradley Cooper,
Love Bradley Cooper,
Emma Stone. I think Danny McBride is in it.
Yeah.
And then Rachel McAdams, and then there's I think John Krasinski's in it too.
Yep.
Good, like a really good cast, and
very
I like the director a lot too. And I was really excited for that movie. And oh my god, dude. I have bought that movie twice on Blu-ray.
Why? And I've only bought it once.
And sold it.
I liked it.
And sold it to Half Price Books twice.
Did you just rebuy the copy you sold?
Well, no, I probably. I bought it the first time because I was excited for it and wanted to watch it. Thought it was horrible.
What did you not like about it?
I just didn't care. I didn't care about anybody.
I
really didn't care about anybody. I didn't care about Bradley Cooper and Rachel McAdams.
Emma Stone.
History. I didn't really like Emma Stone in it. I just didn't like her character, and everything just felt rushed, and it was weird, and I just did not care.
Yeah.
Like especially if you put it next to like Jerry Maguire, like that movie has a lot of heart. The movie's funny. I care about the characters in that movie. And that movie makes me shed a little tear. Aloha doesn't.
What movies make you cry? Titanic.
That movie, yeah. That makes me emotional. The one movie, though, that makes me cry every single time is Castaway.
Castaway?
Every single time, dude.
Isn't his wife's name the volleyball?
Wilson?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'll look it up right now. Keep talking.
Anyways, dude, the end when he goes to see Well, I guess they weren't ever married because he gave her the ring, but right
Rita
before he left
Wilson.
him- Oh, his real wife. I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about in the movie.
No.
Oh, okay. Anyways, when he like goes to her house like in the middle of the night, and like her husband and baby are sleeping, and like he's like looking around the house. It's just like that scene is like so tense and like actually makes me nervous, and it's like I don't know. I feel like it just did a really good job like making you feel all those emotions, and it's just so heartbreaking and sad. It really is. And then when she still kept like their car, and then she's like, it's all yours, and then he leaves in it, and then it's fucking pouring rain outside, and I think it's the music that gets me. And like when he puts the car in reverse and she like runs out and they're like kissing, and I'm pretty sure it was her who like says like, you're the love of my life. When she says that, dude, mixed with the score, I lose it. I literally lose it like every time. I could pull it up on YouTube and like start crying. Like I literally lose it. And then like when like she gets in the car and there's just like that moment where it's like, are they gonna like leave together? Like there's just like that moment where it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how they're feeling. And Tom Hanks, I think he just says, you have to go. And then, you know, plus the music is just, it's just like a punch right in the gut. And it's like, those were the right words, but it's like, oh, just so upset.
For me, Manchester by the Sea, incredibly
I haven't
sad
seen
movie. It's just put you in a depressed mood.
But anyways, at the end too, when he like, he's standing in like at the crossroads with a map. It's like a perfect ending. It might be my favorite Robert Zemeckis movie. Like, I'm serious.
What about you saw Stronger, right?
Stronger?
Yeah.
With Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's a good movie.
The movie's sad. The scene where she just leaves him in the car.
And then he walks to the part when he like gets out and like tries to walk to the apartment. Oh yeah, dude.
That scene's like
that's hard to watch.
Yeah, it's hella sad.
That's another like Jake Gyllenhaal is like him and Shia LaBeouf are like my two favorite actors.
I love Jake
Gyllenhaal is like I honestly like I
Bubble Boy?
Oh, shut up.
I do like that movie.
I like that movie too. My favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movie though is probably October Sky.
I thought you were gonna say Donnie Darko.
No, it's October Sky.
I love
that movie. That October. Yeah, I like Donnie Darko. But October Sky makes me shed a tear too. At the end, when he lets his dad send off the rocket, and his like dad puts his arm around him, and then like looks at him. That's another like movies don't have that much emotion anymore, and it's like they're not even.
I cried when Ben Solo died.
Shut up.
I'm joking. I didn't. I was like, I don't give a shit anymore.
I didn't care either.
Yeah. The whole movie I didn't care anymore because after The Last Jedi, I was just like, I don't give a shit what happens afterwards.
Here's the thing. I like J.J. Abrams. I also think he made the best Mission Impossible movie.
Oh.
I really do. I love
Cloverfield, even though he didn't direct it, but I think he had a lot of directive control with Matt Reeves.
I just love J.J. Abrams. He hasn't directed a whole lot, but I love Super 8. I love Mission Impossible 3. I love Force Awakens.
Lost.
I love Lost. And you know what? The first 2 episodes he directed are really good. But anyways, the first season is the best too, by the way. But I liked Force Awakens a lot. That was like one of the happiest. That was one of the happiest days of my life. I went and saw that by myself. I thought my seat was in the back row. It was in the front row. Didn't matter.
Rip.
Big rip. But love that movie. Last Jedi. Same thing with like Dark Fate. I saw it, and I was like super excited at first, but like after I was like, that was good. Went to my car and went home. That was good.
Yeah.
And I saw Force Awakens 3 times in theaters. I saw Last Jedi once because I didn't care really.
Yeah.
I saw Rise of Skywalker twice. And here's the thing. I think Last Jedi was like directed very beautifully. I think it's a very beautiful movie. And actually like the Yoda scene in that movie like actually makes me emotional. Like I love that scene. But that's just a good looking movie. I think it's like probably
it just doesn't belong in the middle of a trilogy.
It's a very beautiful Star Wars movie. It might be like the best looking one. I gotta be honest. But yeah, it just doesn't belong, and I think that's why Rise of Skywalker is the way it is because The Last Jedi had the ending that the last movie should have had.
Yeah.
Imagine if the last Star Wars movie had that ending. That would have been so good.
Yeah.
Because you're ending with this, like, because at the end.
And then they just kind of retcon it.
Yeah, dude, because at the end of Last Jedi, I'm like, oh my God.
The kid.
Rey's going to, like, Jedi's are going to be back. That's
Yeah.
the one thing I missed. Like in Force Awakens, I like how it was like Jedi's are gone.
Yeah.
Like people don't even believe in them. But that's the one thing I missed about the prequels. Like that's what I missed from the prequels was like all the Jedi. And I was thinking the third one in the new trilogy was going to end with Jedi's being back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the ending of Last Jedi should have been the ending to Rise of Skywalker.
Except
there's that hope.
now Rey's a Skywalker.
There's hope, and I remember seeing it. I just thought like, oh my god, like there's gonna be all these younglings again, and like
And then
there's gonna be Jedi, and like.
Yeah.
But then Rise of Skywalker opens up, and I liked the movie, and I thought it was cool. But it's like you can't really think of Last Jedi and then watch Rise of Skywalker.
They actually just kind of retcon some of the stuff, like when
Yeah.
Luke, like, kind of they do that mock shot where he doesn't.
They retcon everything in a way.
Yeah.
And the more I watch it, like I like it, and I think it's a good-looking movie too, and the sound design is really good, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a fitting last movie. Like I feel like it should have been bigger. And looking at all the art for Colin Trevorrow, however you say his name, his Episode 9.
Yeah.
Have you seen the art?
Yeah,
for,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god, dude! I was like, I wish it reminded me of like the prequels in a good way.
What are you trying to say about the prequels, Lucas?
I like the prequels. I mean,
I like them for what they are.
you know, I love Revenge of the Sith.
I think everybody likes. I think that's the best out of the three.
It's so good. I think it's.
You know what's funny? That unpopular opinion. My favorite Edgar Wright film of the, Hot Fuzz.
Is it Hot Fuzz?
No.
Oh no, yours
The World's
is,
End.
Yeah, The World's End.
Yeah, I love that movie so much, and that's
It's
another,
really good.
bringing back to movies that make me emotional. That scene where
Wait, you know what? The main character in that movie reminds me of you.
Gary
I just
King.
have to say that.
Dude, I love Gary King because
I feel like that's gonna be you when you're older. I just spit everywhere. Sorry.
No, but I love that movie because
Is that why you dress the way you dress?
No. It is funny though because I love that. I love Gary King as a character, and it's funny. And I got really excited because Simon Pegg, he did an interview and they talk about his movie roles, and he said his favorite character he played was Gary King.
Yeah.
And it's funny because every single time I talk about that movie with people, they're like, it's probably the least my favorite out of the trilogy. But I was in this film camp, and I told them that The World's End is my favorite out of that trilogy. And I was like, I love that movie because it has a good energy and
love
vibe.
the ending too.
And it has this upbeat nature to it, but it has this very dark undertone of that character of. And the scene that makes me emotional is when, because Nick Frost's character, they're like best friends and they kind of have like a falling out, and they get all their friends back together. And there's that scene where they're like about to leave in the car, and Gary King wants to go to the last pub to just finish the Golden Mile, and the dude's all like, "Why are you still with them?" or whatever. Yeah. And Nick Frost's character just keeps on following Gary King, even after all the things he's wronged him for. Yeah. And there's that scene where they fight in the bar, and he just pulls down his shirt, and he has that rehab bracelet on, and he's just broken. Yeah. And Nick Frost's character is like. It's like this weird type of thing of realization, like Gary King has this persona, and he's just trying to. Yeah. The Golden Mile.
I do think out of all of his movie, out of that trilogy, has the most emotion behind it. Yeah. It's like I'd say Shaun of the Dead has some emotion, but like Hot Fuzz, I think is just like a fun, wonky, crazy movie.
Yeah, I actually watched Shaun of the Dead first and then Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead, then Hot Fuzz. And I actually never saw it at World's End?
The World's End. I've seen it.
I saw it for the first time 6 months ago, and I haven't watched it since. But
I've seen it so many. I saw it in theaters, and then I saw it, and then I've watched it. That's like one of the movies I can watch like multiple times without getting tired of it.
I remember when it came out, and I just heard like, oh, it's not as good as Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, and I was just like, And at that time, I wasn't like
big into like directors and movies and stuff.
But like dude, it's a good movie.
I love it. It's my favorite out of the three. It's probably my favorite Edgar Wright movie.
Really?
I liked Baby Driver a lot, but I think I would still put like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead over it. And then what other movies has he done?
Scott Pilgrim.
Love Scott Pilgrim as well. I think that's it. I don't
Is
think.
that it, dude?
I think so. I don't think
Because
he
did Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz,
he did that trilogy.
Scott Pilgrim, and then he did
His-
The World's End.
His most recent movie was
Baby Driver.
yeah, but I don't think he's really done that much afterwards.
Let me look. Let's keep talking, but let me look.
But yeah, I love the whole Golden Mile concept of bunch of friends getting back together and going back to their old town. And funny story is I almost used that monologue in the beginning where he's running through pretty much the description of like how they were in the hometown or whatever and how they did the Golden Mile about them when they were teenagers.
Yeah.
And there's that line that I love where I've actually probably used it in one of my posts where he talks about how he was friends with one of his teachers and his teacher asked him, well, what do you want to do in life? He just says he wanted to have a good time. And then he's like, he thought it was funny, but I don't understand why. And I just love that line. And, but I didn't end up going with that. I ended up going with the Wolf of Wall Street where he's hyping everyone up with the Steve Madden stock, which was really great. I had to take out all the cussing and like sexual content of it.
There was nothing to hear.
What do you mean?
You couldn't hear anything if you took all the cursing out.
That is one of my all-time favorite Scorsese
It's
movies.
a good movie, yeah.
I love it. I actually saw the movie with my dad when it came out in theaters. We saw it at AMC.
I
You ever
don't remember the first time I saw that movie.
You ever
I think I
see-
like rented it or something.
do you ever see like a weird movie with like one of your parents and you're like, oh,
In the theater,
yeah.
I just spit everywhere. Please don't put that in the video. Weird movie I've seen in the theater with my
Like-
parents.
Or just like weird movie like in general that you like had to sit down and watch with your parents where it's like, ugh.
I don't know, man. I haven't watched sat down and watched movies with my parents since I was like a kid, so I don't.
For me, it was like probably like a lot of horror movies. Like a lot of those 80s horror movies have like
Also, my parents didn't like really shelter me in like the movies I watched.
same.
I will tell you a story though. There was one movie that we had because my mom and dad they had a lot of movies when I was a kid, and they didn't really care what I watched. I watched all kinds of stuff. Like I watched Hollow Man today again with my friend, and I was just like, yeah, I used to watch this movie when I was like 6, and but the one movie that we had that my mom said you are not allowed to watch this was Monsters Ball with Billy Bob Thornton, Halle Berry,
I don't think I've seen
and Heath Ledger. And of course I watched it. Like I think it was a little while after I was like, I saw it. I was reminded. I was like, oh, my mom told me not to watch this. I wonder why. But I was like, I've seen everything. Why can't I watch this? And yeah, there's a crazy sex scene between Billy Bob Thornton and Halle Berry in that movie, and then I knew why. And I think there's like a theory that they like actually had sex like on the set. I don't know how true that is, but anyways,
That would be really weird to film that. I think that's probably the weirdest thing. I don't know.
Nymphomaniac.
Ah, that would.
Such a weird movie to watch. So weird to see Shia LaBeouf just having sex with somebody. You know, I've gotten in a debate with my mom about that movie.
What was the debate? If it's
If
okay.
it's a porno or not.
It is rated what?
I don't know.
I don't know what.
NR? Is it?
I don't know
Can look.
exactly.
I don't think so.
I
don't know,
I
man.
feel like it falls on the kind of section of. I could see it being labeled as a softcore porn with plot.
Not rated, it says.
I remember it was on Netflix. That's where I watched
Yeah,
it.
both parts are just not rated. Yeah, that's where I watched it too, is Netflix.
I don't. I've never seen it on physical.
Oh, I have.
Ever.
I've seen it at Half Price Books.
Oh, and you never bought it?
No, I just felt, I don't know.
You felt dirty.
It's like I'm never ever going to want to watch this again.
Do you ever just walk up with something that like you just feel like you're getting judged by the clerk?
Yeah, rom-coms, because I love rom-coms, and so do you. Don't you?
I do. Endless Love.
No.
Really good.
That's one of the ones where I like. I was at this. It's closed down, but there's this old movie store where like it was like a rental store, and it stayed alive for a long time. But unfortunately, they closed a few years ago. But you could also buy movies, and they'd have them for kind of cheap. And they had Endless Love on Blu-ray, the 2014 version.
That's one I've never seen the original.
Yeah, I've never seen the original either. But I like really wanted to see it. But I had to buy an action movie too to make myself feel better. I did the same thing with Me Before You with Emilia Clarke.
I saw the movie twice in theaters.
I think it's okay. But anyways, I like really want to see it because I love Emilia Clarke. She's hottie. But I remember when that came out. I'm pretty sure it came out the same day as Jungle Book, the Jon Favreau live action one. And I remember I went up. It was at Best Buy, and I like put Jungle Book on top I was just way too embarrassed for some reason. I don't know why, but
I'm trying to think of something that I was like embarrassed because when I bought it. I mean,
there's not something I was like super embarrassed about buying.
um,
I mean, now I don't really care, but
sometimes like I guess I don't know. Sometimes like if I just want to like buy something and just leave, I'm not in the mood to talk.
yeah.
Like I got some crickets, like flavored crickets and stuff today, and the chick started talking to me, which I was fine with. But like if I was in the mood where I'm just like don't really want to talk to somebody, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna put these at the bottom of what I'm getting, so they don't ask me questions about what I'm gonna be doing or something. You know, it's like that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty now there's self checkout lines, so you don't gotta experience that.
Where'd you buy those at? Walmart, Target.
No, the mall. Is that some candy store?
There's a self checkout at the mall.
No. I'm talking about like when I got the crickets, it was at a candy store, and the lady started talking to me about it, which I was fine with. I was like showing her pictures of my tarantulas and stuff, and I was super sad because they sell scorpion like candy there, and it's sad. I got a scorpion.
It's not sad.
I got a scorpion.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. Here. What do you think about animals? Lukey Luke. What do you think about animals? Do you like animals?
It's not an animal.
Yeah, it is.
It's a creature.
Dude, so Lukey Luke got all scared when I put in a knoll on him.
It looked like it was going to jump on me.
I put it on you, and so I got an Asian forest scorpion, which I just bought today. The movie The Black Scorpion and the Spider on Blu-ray. I've watched clips of them online, but I haven't ever seen it before. But yeah, I love animals. I have 2 tarantulas, a scorpion, a frog, 3 anoles, and I have a dog. You have dogs.
Yeah. It's normal to have dogs, Victor.
It's normal to have these, otherwise I wouldn't sell them. I really want a snake, though. Snake's the number one thing I really want. I think having a snake would be
I think
really
you
cool.
need to let like half of your pets to let them die first and then get a snake.
And then get a snake?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, put it back.
He is already. He's chilling there. But yeah, so 80s horror was a big inspiration for me. Also, I think also I would say watching the behind the scenes of any kind of film is really interesting. Another movie that
That's
recently,
another thing that just inspires me.
yeah,
And sometimes
because you just see the set and like,
yeah, sometimes I'll like literally pop a movie in and have the intention of watching it, and then I'll just like go to the special features and watch that instead. And it's like watching, most
or the director's commentary on the film.
Yes,
those are
those are
so
fun to
great.
watch,
Yeah.
But some movies have like nothing for special features, but
Which is-
some have
yeah.
like enough, like it's longer than the movie itself.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you really like movies, like watching behind the scenes is like, it's not only inspiring, but it's like, I don't know, it makes me appreciate movie making more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because also, especially that's why I like the Prometheus one a lot, because it goes through like their concept designing, their storyboarding, their writing, the set building, where Ridley Scott's talking about how he wants the costume design to look and like what he wants stuff to look like. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a different world. And it's crazy to think that's actually like a job occupation that you can have and make a living off of. But I think my biggest things I would want to get involved with acting, directing, and writing, because I'd hate to write something and have like a director just like do like, I guess, the Stephen King syndrome with like The Shining, where he just doesn't like The Shining because of how veered off it is from the book. I just think, I don't know. I just feel like if I wrote something, I'd want to direct it because of that reason. But then there's that thing of just like, a lot of times if you write something, people don't want you to direct it because it's just like.
Well, I think it's also a lot of people can write something, but they
I know a lot of actors try to get
don't have
involved with directing.
the ambition or the energy or
maybe the skill or the way
skill,
to direct actors and direct all the crew and stuff.
Yeah, to
fully pull that off.
Yeah, to make it how they like. They can imagine it all they want, but that doesn't mean that they can put it on the screen that way.
Yeah, there's a certain skill you have to do to convey the things that are in your head properly. And I know like a lot of actors, like Jonah Hill, mid-90s,
Yeah.
It's like all these. It's funny because you see these big actors start off with like little directorial
Yeah.
debuts.
I'm kind of sad that he's not in much anymore.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
I
of my
don't know,
favorite
I don't-
comedies ever was This Is the End with James Franco, Seth Rogen. Yeah, I have that right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Cause like
Chris Evans did that
I feel
romance
like once
film.
he like lost a bunch of weight,
Nobody wanted to hire him.
like he was still in movies, but it's like he kind of almost fell off in a way.
Yeah.
Or at least I think he kind of just like fell off after like 22 Jump Street. And like he not like fell off like he just wasn't famous.
He did The
anymore,
Wolf of Wall Street after that. Wolf of Wall
Pretty
Street.
sure 22 Jump Street was like 2014, so it was like a year after Wolf of Wall Street.
I don't remember. It could have been. I
pretty
know
sure.
Wolf of Wall Street was like 2012 or 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I hope he directs more too. But I also hope he's in more. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because he lost weight doesn't make him not funny anymore.
I'm trying to think.
Have you seen interviews where like, I think he did an interview where like, I don't even remember.
But
Basically talking to him about being fat. It's like so sad.
it's
It's like I feel so bad for him.
that would be rough because especially if you're known as that character.
The funny fat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to like.
Same thing with like Rebel Wilson. I think she
Yeah.
like embraces it though, but also I just feel bad for her. I feel like people just view her as like the funny fat.
You just
guy.
kind of get. I don't know. That's a weird position to be in. Like if you're known
Yeah.
as that character and people like that character, but it's
Yeah.
also in a way like probably hurt.
And also it doesn't. Your talent doesn't just disappear when your weight does. you know?
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes people almost look like completely different people. And it's like I don't know. But dude, I love Jonah Hill.
So do I. So do I. It is weird. I really wished I would have rather have gotten the 23 Jump Street Men in Black than Men in Black
Oh
International.
my god, I hate Men in Black International.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
I didn't. I made the mistake and bought it on Blu-ray. It was kind of like a blind buy.
Ah.
Like it was just one of those days where I was like, had some money to spend, and I was like, I want to watch a new movie I've never seen before. So I got Men in Black International, and I regret it. I actually gave it away to a friend because I hate it so much.
Huh.
I feel like there was a lot of reshoots with it too. I don't know. if
That's what
there
I've heard.
was,
Yeah,
but
I've heard that there was
it's-
a.
it's bad.
I do.
You see the end of like you know what the end is like right when you
Yeah.
watch it. You know Liam Neeson's the bad guy right when he starts talking like, you're like,
Yeah.
this guy's the bad guy.
Not only that, but everything just cuts away when they're showing that type
Yeah.
of flashback scene before.
Yeah. And also I love the first and the third Men in Black like a lot. I like
A lot of people don't
second-
like the third one.
I love the third one.
I like all of them. I do think I love the first two, and then I like the third one.
Also the first one is just like a classic.
Yeah,
But I think all the first three like have a certain energy, and it's probably just because of Will Smith. But like
yeah.
this new one just didn't have it.
They just
And it was,
wrote him off in Independence Day. Yeah, your dad died testing a aircraft.
they basically did the same. They did the same thing that they did to him in Independence Day. In Independence Day 2, he was on a painting.
Well, I don't know. They didn't, I'm not. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
And
about.
they were like, "Oh, he died in a testing out this alien hybrid vehicle." Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And then in Men in Black, I don't know if he was.
I don't think they
because I've only
nec-
seen it once.
I don't think they
but he
killed
was
him
in the
off per
painting.
se.
He was in
Yeah,
the painting.
but
So.
yeah, I don't know.
Poor Will Smith. Poor Will Smith.
I don't know. What was the last good movie Will Smith was in? I like Focus. I like Focus.
Entanglements.
Entanglements. What about Concussion?
Entanglements is in a movie, Victor.
I was just like, yeah, I that's why I just moved on. I was
Focus,
like,
dude.
I
I
never heard
love.
about that.
I love Focus.
Focus.
Is that? What
Yeah. I saw that
One
in
with Margot
theaters.
Robbie.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
I did think the third act was meh, but
I don't know. That's a movie I put on like it's kind of like a feel good movie for me. Like it's a movie I can just put on, relax, don't have to pay too much attention, but I like it. It's like a movie that's like it's like sexy. I don't know. It's just like a sexy movie.
I'm trying to
Like
think.
I wish that was me. I wish I could just con people.
Oh yeah. Where there's a scene where they just take the camera lens off the dude's camera. I'm like, you would definitely feel
yeah.
that.
There's a lot of moments, and they're like, okay, you'd feel that.
Yeah, and
That's one of my biggest. Oh my! I hate it in movies and shows when like people steal watches off people.
uh-huh.
Like if you were to take the watch off my wrist, I'd feel it instantly. Even if you bumped it, like I'd be like, "Where's my watch?" Or like if people take your wallet out of your pocket,
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I'd feel that.
I don't know. You did just leave your wallet in my car one day.
I did.
Yeah, I remember. When
Well,
you
it's
got in-
different when you're wearing basketball shorts. If you're wearing jeans, you for sure feel it when it's gone.
But yeah, I think I liked him in Suicide Squad, despite all the flaws of Suicide
Will
Squad.
Smith?
Yeah.
Let's talk about David Ayer, since he has a new movie
Chronicle. Love
coming
Chronicle.
out. Chronicle. What does the hell does that have to do with David Ayer?
Oh no, yeah, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. What was the movie I saw? Fury. Fury was the one.
Really good.
I really liked.
My favorite David Ayer movie is End of Watch.
End of Watch.
That
Jake
movie is
Gyllenhaal.
so good, dude.
And then has
So good.
that Mexican dude in it too.
Because it kind of combines the found footage.
Yeah.
They have like the body cams and
It's
the car cams, and but then also like they also like film other parts where like it's not like found footage or
Yeah.
it's not found footage or whatever, but like
That's a
That
very
movie's really
divisive
good.
film today.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
That movie made me want to be a cop, and I know that at least where we live, that is really unrealistic. Like all
Uh-huh.
that stuff wouldn't happen. I'm not saying I want to be a cop so I can deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
But and I've been on a ride along too for a criminal justice class I took. But like, I don't know, that movie just it made it seem like such a fun thing to do. Obviously, not all the horrible like sex trafficking stuff.
yeah.
But anyways, David Ayer is such a hit and miss. Like he wrote Training Day, and I think that's where his career kind of took off. Was
Yeah.
he wrote Training Day? But I love End of Watch. I love Fury. The only movie I haven't seen of his is I think Harsh Times, which I think was his first movie that he ever directed. But I heard it's really good. I just haven't seen it. Suicide Squad I think is okay.
Oh, that was okay.
And then he did that one movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where it's like kind of like it's a SWAT team movie.
Sabotage.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
I didn't really like that movie.
I saw it in theaters, but I barely remember it.
I don't
Very
really like it.
forgettable.
I don't really like it.
What about Bright?
Hated Bright.
I never watched Bright.
Hated Bright.
I never.
I was
watched it.
excited for that. The teaser trailer.
I think it was like the most expensive Netflix movie
at the time, probably.
Yeah.
That movie had me hyped, dude. The teaser trailer, like Will Smith, he's a cop, like holding a freaking sword in the street. Like I was like, this is gonna be sick. Then I watched it and I was like, this is horrible. And
It
it's
looked pretty.
probably because Max Landis wrote it.
It looked pretty in the trailers.
Eh.
It looked like a
I don't like it.
very.
I can't. I hope they don't actually make a second one. Anyways, his next movie, Tax Collector, with Shia LaBeouf, looks so freaking awesome. I'm so excited for
Does
it.
it not though? Does he not fall in the same category of his trailers look really good? Like, would
I don't
you?
know if he has a much.
Suicide
much-
Squad. He's.
Well, I don't know if he has that much stuff to like. I don't know if we can judge that. He doesn't have like.
Suicide Squad trailers are really cool.
But the thing is,
I don't remember
the
ever seeing them.
movie I think was literally edited by a trailer company.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, which is what.
I don't know.
Yeah. But
I
Back-
just don't know if he has enough. I just think his movies, like he has so many, like all of his movies are so not different because some of his movies are like similar.
I feel like they're a
in
little bit more
theme-
gritty.
similar in like themes and like,
Yeah.
but like this one's really good. This one's poo. This one's okay.
Oh, I forgot Shia LaBeouf's in Fury. I just remembered
Yeah,
off the top of my head.
pulled out a tooth for that one.
Did he really?
Yeah, he pulled out a real tooth, perfectly healthy tooth for that movie. And for
Dang.
Tax Collector, he literally got his whole upper body and torso tatted with real tattoos for that movie.
I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
I would have maybe passed with the tooth pulled.
he's my
Like-
hero. I never pull a tooth out for me.
I will-
God. He also
Out
that's
of the
where he got
two-
that scar. Where I feel like it's famous now. Like he just has those two like scratches right here. I think he did that for Fury. Like he legit scratched himself on the face.
I feel like out of the two, I would rather pull a tooth out than get my whole like body tattooed.
Well, I'd probably just scratch my face. But in all of his movies since, he has that scar. There's like two scratches on his face.
Honey Boy was really good.
Honey Boy's really good.
I really like
I'm
that.
so glad I got to see that in theaters, and I'm so bummed. I tweeted Amazon, like on a post, or maybe it was the Honey Boy Twitter account.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm mistaken. Peanut Butter Falcon is what I was thinking about.
Oh.
I didn't get a chance to see Honey Boy.
Oh, Honey Boy was really good, and I was so bummed, because we like buy Blu-rays and collect movies,
Yeah.
and I like usually buy all of his movies, and I like tweeted
Is it-
them. I
is
was
it
like,
owned
"Is
by
this coming
Amazon?
out on Blu-ray?" And they're like, "Nope, no plans for that because it's an Amazon. They
Yeah.
made it an Amazon exclusive just for streaming."
So, same
Peanut
thing.
Butter Falcon, really good.
Same thing.
I saw that
Beautiful
movie.
Boy. I love Beautiful Boy.
It's good.
They're not
No
coming out-
Blu-ray.
No Blu-ray.
I think you can import it, but it's
Yeah, I've looked on Amazon and they do have physical versions of it, but it's an import.
Yeah, but Peanut Butter Falcon, I saw that movie 3 months at the Seattle Film Fest before there was even like a trailer out or anything.
Huh.
And it was like one of the best days ever.
I took a date to see it, and we both really liked it.
So good.
Yeah, I really liked it. We saw it at AMC, so it made it better.
But yeah, speaking of Timothée Chalamet, did you see his movie?
Call Me by Your Name. Yeah, I really like Call Me by Your Name. By the way,
Call Me by Your Name was good.
I had to buy a peach after that movie.
Oh my god. Hold on, this is gonna take a sec.
Okay, yeah, but Call Me by Your Name, really good.
Okay. A Rainy Day in New York.
Never seen it.
It was directed by Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. It has Selena Gomez, Timothée Chalamet, and I like Woody Allen movies, and this one kind of reminded me of like Annie Hall.
And
he has a lot of movies that are kind of just similar, but oh yeah, it has Ellie Fanning, however you say her name. I watched it online because it's basically banned in the U.S. They said they're never going to release it.
Why?
Because of like all the accusations towards Woody Allen. There's
So-
just all this stuff.
Isn't he still doing stuff though? What?
Yeah.
So they're just gonna ban everything
But-
that he makes?
That movie is available in other countries.
Uh-huh.
And like I think they were supposed to, like a trailer came out like 2 months ago, and they were like saying it was going to come straight to digital and you could like buy it. But then it's like, nope. Actually no. So apparently it's never coming out in the US, but it's like I found it on an illegal website and I watched it and I really liked it, and I was like, I would buy this. Like, it's not a perfect movie by any means, but I like the chick flicks. I like Timothée Chalamet. And I thought it was like a cute movie, and I was so bummed that it's just never going to be released, not even digitally. Like, we can't even buy it digitally. There's like DVDs and like Blu-rays from other countries, but I'm so confused about like all that stuff. Like, I've imported one Blu-ray and it was Empire of the Sun, because the only American version of Empire of the Sun is like freaking $80. So I imported it, and I was like, it's so hard to find information on like what imports work on US players. And I use an Xbox. But anyway, I imported it from the UK, and it was like $8. And I like was praying. I was like, it's only $8. If it doesn't work, it's fine. But I'm like, I hope it works. And it came and it worked. And it's like just a regular Blu-ray. And I was like so happy.
Your movie still hasn't come out that look really good. That Johnny Depp movie where he's like a detective. And
Oh, the one about Tupac's murder?
And
There's reviews out for that movie, but yeah, it's not out.
Yeah, it was
Maybe it's online, free too. I wonder why that hasn't come out.
because of all his accusations with.
But he's had other movies come out.
Yeah, that is true.
Like
I don't
other
know.
smaller movies, like straight to DVD crap, he's had come out. And a trailer for another movie just came out. Like, he has a bunch of movies that are supposed to come out.
It is weird that.
But dude,
didn't
I was
come
actually
out.
excited for that.
So was I. It did.
I
It looked
don't remember.
really good.
Did a trailer come out?
Yeah,
I feel like
there's
I
a
remember
trailer.
watching a
Yeah.
trailer for it.
They came out in theaters.
And Forrest Whitaker's in it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Um,
excited for that.
And
So,
just
those suck.
there's just no. I don't think there's any news on that or anything. What about that Tom Holland
Chaos Walking.
with
Chaos
Daisy
Walking.
Ridley?
Yeah, Chaos Walking.
I want to see that.
Chaos Walking.
I want to see that.
I want to see that too.
I just want to see it for the
Well,
sake of.
Doug Liman directed it, I think. He's a good director. And
I
I heard that the studio just hated it, and then it was just horrible. But I know that they did. I like saw on like Tom Holland's Instagram, like they were like doing reshoots like a little while ago. But apparently the release date right now I think is January 2021.
It's a January movie.
Yeah, January.
But my thing is, I feel like that intrigue of it being so bad is what makes me want. Because if it just came out the trailer and came out, I'd have been like, all right, I might catch that.
I don't know anything about it really. I think it might be based off a book, but I think it's kind of something like some like Hunger Games or Divergent, like a teen like.
The Darkest Minds came out,
futuristic-
and it felt so out of place.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Like
But
a
I
year
think
ago.
I think Chaos Walking is like, I don't know if it's on Earth or if it's on another planet. I don't remember, but I know it's like there's only men. There's like only men, I think. And then Daisy Ridley's like, let me read it. Let me read it.
Oh my gosh.
If I'm wrong, I'm gonna sound like such a dumbass.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's created its own intrigue in the sense of it being. The studio thought this movie was so bad.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
A dystopian world where there are no women and all living creatures can hear each other's thoughts in a stream of images, words, and sounds called noise.
That sounds cool. It sounds like a poem, more like it sounds like it'd be a weird, edgy type of poem. But What's that Casey Affleck movie where he has like a daughter and
As a daughter.
it's kind of the same concept. I remember
Casey Affleck?
Yeah. Casey Affleck. It's a film about Casey Affleck.
Is it like a dystopian futuristic movie?
I want to think so.
Or
Um,
what year did it come out?
I never got to see A Ghost Story. I really
Did
wanna
you see 999? I actually like that.
No,
movie.
I never got around to see that.
Dude,
one.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Here it is. Light of My Life.
What year did it come out?
2019.
Oh,
Parent and child journey through the outskirts of a society a decade after a pandemic has wiped out half the population. As a father struggles to protect his child, their bond and of character, humanity is tested.
Pandemic? That movie came out last year? Dude. No, I'm looking at it too.
Oh,
It has good reviews. Kind of.
but
Oh, yeah. I do remember seeing a picture for that.
yeah.
Did you see it?
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like I remember just seeing like a trailer for it and then hearing nothing else about it.
Yeah.
And there's also that one film, A Hidden Life, that I really wanted
Terrence
to see.
Malick?
That has beautiful cinematography.
It's a Terrence
Yeah.
Malick movie.
Yeah.
Have you
and
seen Terrence Malick's movies?
I never saw Night of Cups. That's the one with
I haven't seen Night of Cups either, but dude, Tree of Life.
Tree of Life. Yeah.
Such a beautiful movie. That is such a good movie to just put on in the background and just listen to.
I heard Night of Cups wasn't that good.
So many-
But I also
so
feel
many-
like it's just his style and his
Well,
way of
listen, well, listen.
filmmaking. It's
Like Thin Red Line's really good.
uh-huh.
He made a lot of good movies like Badlands and stuff, and then Tree of Life. And then after Tree of Life did really good, he like stuck to that style, but kind of like it was too much. Because I haven't seen Night of Cups, but I did. I saw To the Wonder. It has like Ben Affleck, and like I think half of it's like in French.
I haven't seen
That was bad. That was really bad. And then one I was really excited for, the trailers looked so good to me with Song to Song. With Ryan Gosling.
I really want to see it. It looked
I
like a
have
weird
that-
version of La La Land.
Yeah,
in a
I
way.
have that on 4K, and it came out right after La La Land too.
Yeah.
But I have that on 4K, and I like bought it, and I was like so excited to watch it, and it's kind of bad. It has Michael Fassbender too, Natalie Portman, and it's not horrible, but it's just like it's hard to follow. But I heard that A Hidden Life was like his first movie in a long time where it like
Oh, it's almost 3 hours long. I didn't realize.
actually makes sense, and it's not just like jumbled shots. Like his movies are beautiful, but it's like honestly just like beautiful cinematography with like people talking
Yeah.
about feelings in a weird way. I don't know how to word it. I'm not smart enough. But
Yeah. But I remember seeing trailers for it, and I remember I was talking. I completely forgot the title of the movie, and I was talking to one of my friends about it, and I was like, yeah, and I was describing it to him, and then I finally found it, and then I was just like, it never got nominated for any Oscars, which is weird because it got good reviews, and it just trailer and then just nothing.
Have you seen The New World?
No.
That's one of my favorite movies by him too. It's basically about Pocahontas, but like more realistic version.
I am incredibly excited for the Pinocchio, the dark version of Pinocchio with
Are they still doing that?
from what I understand, because I just saw an article
Because
about
aren't they
it.
doing a Disney version, like a live action version too?
I don't know. I really want them to stop. I'm not a big fan of the Disney.
Lion King 2019 was like the worst movie ever.
I took a date to see that, but we just went solely for the fact that they had a new Elton John song at the end of it.
It was bad. It was so bad.
It was, from what
The voice acting was horrible.
I laughed
bad.
when
When Mufasa fell.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
that
It's like,
emotional
it,
scene.
it worked in it worked in the animated movie.
Yeah,
It worked.
yeah.
And like I actually went back and watched that scene like on YouTube after that movie to see if it like I found it cringy at all. And I didn't. I felt like James Earl Jones was just not there. He was there for a paycheck.
yeah.
Like it just seemed like he wasn't there. I thought Beyonce was really bad in it too. And I also thought the kid that played Simba, the younger Simba, was bad.
I don't.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
So something that I liked and what I wanted more from is when they kind of did the Beauty and the Beast thing.
I never saw Beauty and the Beast. I didn't really care.
So Be Our Guest. How they kind of broken. Well, I guess you might not.
Is
have
that the
got
one that
the
with the Ariana Grande? I don't know.
No,
'Cause I know she did a song for that movie.
it has Hermione. What's her name?
No, I know she's in the movie. But
Yeah.
I know that Ariana Grande and John Legend did a song for that movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
But and like pretty much the entire Lion King remake is a shot-for-shot remake
No, it
of the
is.
original. And they did like one or two different scenes, and that was it.
Doesn't
It's almost
matter.
like the Psycho remake.
It doesn't matter. Like I really like Jungle Book, and whether you think that was like a straight up remake or not, I liked that movie.
Did you like Aladdin?
Yeah, I thought Aladdin was okay.
It
was
took
just
me a
so
while.
forgettable.
It took me a while to find out that is a what's the director's name again?
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
Oh, really? You didn't know that? Well, that's the
I
only
didn't-
reason I was excited for it because I was like, oh, that'll be weird.
and
Yeah.
it's just
What's a Disney movie? What
that's
do
the
you
thing though.
expect?
It's just it's almost like
Disney doesn't let their directors fulfill their visions anymore.
it just feels like Disney already has like here's the storyboards, here's where we're gonna put the camera, here's what you're gonna
Yeah.
do, here's what the actors are gonna say. And it just feels like the director is the person that makes sure that it happens.
I
Rather
didn't think
than,
it was a horrible movie. I just thought it was a super forgettable movie.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Are you? What's the next one they're doing?
Little Mermaid? I don't know.
Do you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about
Let's
Little
not
Mermaid.
talk about that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think Disney does have good content, but I just feel like these Disney remakes. I like Beauty
I
and the
think
Beast. I like
lately,
Beauty and
like
the
the
Beast.
past few years, Disney it just has sucked. Besides like Marvel, like
I
but
think even the
honestly-
Marvel movies are getting
No,
a little
listen,
tiresome.
dude,
Besides
honestly,
Endgame,
I think that Infinity War and Endgame kind of
killed off the MCU.
it kind of glosses over the fact that their cinematic universe has a lot of like mediocre and poop movies. Like
Yeah,
especially
I didn't like Black Panther. I'll put
I
that
didn't
out there.
really like Black Panther either. Ant-Man and the Wasp. And Black Panther's not a bad movie, but it's just
I don't
like,
think I love Michael B. Jordan in it. Michael B.
Yeah.
Jordan character was like
he's
I-
good.
yeah, I
Yeah,
really liked
but-
his character.
yeah.
The guy who plays Black Panther, I really like him as
Chadwick
the
Boseman?
yeah, I really like
He's
him
a
as
good
a
actor.
character. I like him as the character
I
Black
really
Panther, but I
like
didn't
Black
like
Panther.
the movie
Yeah,
per
I
se.
really liked Black Panther in Civil War, but I felt like it was a completely different character in Black Panther.
Yeah, and
And the Ant-Man and the Wasp, I thought it was such a mediocre movie.
I
And I
thought-
know they were trying to do something smaller, but it was a good movie, but it was like super forgettable. And then Captain Marvel was also just like super forgettable.
I just
and
think people because those movies came out after Infinity War, so it's just like you want to know what happens
yeah,
after Infinity War, and you making movies that
Yeah.
are about what before would happen.
it's
It's
just
just
filler. It's just
and
filler.
I'm curious to see where the MCU goes now. Now that
Incredible
Endgame,
Hulk is better than Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Iron Man 2.
Edward Norton.
Yes, that's a good
I
movie.
loved him in Birdman.
It's a good movie. Birdman's good.
I love Birdman.
Iron Man 3 is good too.
That's a problematic statement.
I like Iron Man 2. I mean Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 2 wasn't that good. I don't like
Iron Man 2 is me.
I hear nobody talking about Iron Man 2 anymore.
It's forgettable.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
only good thing you get from watching that movie is Robert Downey Jr.
My
The only thing I liked about that movie was his alcoholism, how they put that in the movie, and
Yeah.
then when he fought with Rhodey, like for the suit, and like I like that part of the movie. But the
You know-
villain was like probably one of the worst villains in the MCU.
You know what movies that I think are genuine good pieces of film? Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. I really, really like those ones.
Yeah.
Those are probably Guardians of the Galaxy, the movies are probably like movies I can just watch without the
Yeah.
extra shit of the MCU.
Yeah. This might be a stupid opinion, but I kind of feel, even though it made probably like $800 million, was Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I kind of feel like isn't talked about.
I like that one more than the first one, to be honest.
I see. I can't decide because I think
I like the
first one-
father and son
Yeah,
aspect
the
of.
first one seems so original,
Uh-huh.
but the second one also seems like its own thing.
I love
And
it because
it's so emotional.
yeah, I love it how
Yeah.
he's just trying to where he finds his father and he's just trying to reconnect with him.
Yeah.
But he ends up becoming the villain, and it's just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
And
that
I
scene where he's like, something about I
I had to kill your mom or
put
whatever.
the tumor in her brain.
Yeah,
It's just, and then, oh god,
Yeah.
that dolly zoom of like,
Yeah.
oh god, it's a good scene.
yeah. I've made my decision. I like the characterization. The characters collaborating with
Yeah.
each other in the first one better, but I like the second one for its story more.
I'm kind of scared for Volume 3, honestly.
Is what's his name not coming back?
No, he is, and the movie's back on, and I think it's scheduled to release like 2022 or something. But I don't know. So he was like fired off the movie,
And then he
and
came
then
back.
well, hold on.
They're using the
Then
same
he's-
script, right?
Yeah, but he's doing the Suicide Squad for DC.
Oh, and is it using he's gonna have bad blood? Like
No,
you
I don't
fucking
think he's gonna
fired
have
me, you
bad
pricks, and then just
blood.
make it bad.
I just have a feeling maybe he's not. His heart isn't going to be there because of all that. And I know he probably cares about the characters, but I don't know. I
think
don't know
he
the
might-
guy, and I don't know.
I think
but
once he gets on set and he has that cast around him again, I think
yeah,
maybe. But I understand where you're coming from with it. Yeah.
yeah, and also like he probably didn't have a say in like where those character stories went, like in Endgame.
Apparently, that was a big thing with the writers on the TV shows, and like when Thanos does the snap, and then the
Yeah.
TV show universe is going on. Supposedly, they're
I
connected.
don't watch those, like
I don't
especially
watch 'em.
Agents of Shield. I watched like one episode of the show. I'm like, this is so stupid.
I
The only
don't.
show I watched was like, are you talking about the Netflix ones?
Yeah.
Did they even stay around long enough
I
while Infinity War came out?
I know they just started canceling them left and right.
Yeah. Because I watched Daredevil and I watched Luke Cage. Luke Cage was my favorite one. And then
haven't seen
I
it.
watched Punisher. And
I
remember
love John. What's his name?
John
Johnny Berthel.
Berthnell?
Yeah.
I watched like 2 episodes of The Defenders, which is like their team up one.
Uh-huh.
Stupid. Didn't like it. Didn't finish it. And then I watched a few episodes of Jessica Jones. Didn't like it either. And then I never watched Iron Fist because I saw a clip and I was like, I will never watch that.
Something about those shows and those CWDC shows. I don't know. There's something
The first 3 seasons of Arrow, I loved, dude. That was like my favorite show at one point. And I like
What happened in season 4?
It sucks. It sucks.
I don't know.
There's
I've watched.
it ended with the 8th season, I'm pretty sure, just like recently. But I have no care. Like, it just looks so bad. Like, I feel like Arrow was a little bit different, and I didn't like the style that Flash was going for, or Supergirl.
Flash had that weird sitcom-y,
I
lighthearted, like
just
cheesy
didn't-
comedy
I didn't
feel.
like it. Arrow seemed more serious, and I liked, especially the first season. I thought was really good.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't a fan of Flash. Couldn't really get into it. Same with Supergirl. I actually watched the first episode of Batwoman like a few weeks ago. Horrible. I think there's another
I
show.
haven't seen it.
There's Legends of Tomorrow, which isn't bad,
I haven't seen it.
and I'm pretty sure.
I'm not a huge TV show person. I like.
Yeah,
I
I'm picky with TV shows.
Yeah. I've watched How I Met Your Mother, the whole show, like.
I usually only pick shows after they're over, or if it's something big like Game of Thrones, I would watch.
Same. I gave up on The Walking Dead after a while.
Oh, me too. I think season 4 I gave up, and then I skipped season 5 and watched season 6 and liked season 6, but then couldn't get into it anymore. And
Yeah, I don't know. I now my mom watches them, but like I'll ask her what's going on, and I'm like, I don't need to
don't care.
sit down and watch like hours.
Also, it started such a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like I was a little kid when that show.
I was in
started.
elementary school when,
Yeah,
when it
and
came
it's still
out.
going. Like it should have ended a long time ago.
I just think it's too
Like
much
after
of a
after
money
Rick,
making
the
machine.
season Rick died, they should have ended it.
But he's not dead. He's getting his own movies.
I know he's getting his own movies. I'm just lost. I mean, I don't watch it, so I don't understand. But I watched the clip where he dies. He literally blows himself up on a bridge.
But then there's a helicopter that like picks him up and takes
Yeah.
him away.
Well.
And now they just released a trailer for the spin-off show. Another
Oh
spin-off
God,
show.
it looks bad. Did you watch it?
I watched part of it. I
no.
didn't watch the
It
entire
kind of
trailer.
reminded me of me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
I know
like,
it's like a
kinda-
weird teen.
Yeah,
like
it's like,
teens are leading, and
ugh,
they like
like,
they have that
it's
sisterhood.
It's trying to be like Stranger Things, or I don't even know, but it's ugh.
yeah,
I don't like it.
It. I don't know. I don't know.
I never watched Fear.
Fear the Walking Dead had an interesting concept, like find out how the virus started and how the world went
Yeah.
into chaos, and then after season 1, it's just like The Walking Dead now.
Yeah.
Everyone's consumed by zombies and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I mean, they kind of dropped the ball on that one. A really really good, and I guess I don't know if I can't always remember if it's the 28 weeks later people or quarantines people where they say they're not zombies per se. I think it's 28 weeks later.
I haven't watched
22
that movie in
later.
so long.
But Quarantine, I love Quarantine. That's probably one of my favorite type of zombie movies because
Yeah.
it's like found footage in this isolated.
I do think
type
that's
of-
actually a good movie.
I liked
really
it a
do.
lot. I liked it a lot.
But I remember I saw the second one first. I think it's called Quarantine 2.
Terminal.
Terminal, yeah.
Yeah, I saw
When
it
it's
on
in
Netflix.
the plane. Yeah,
I remember liking it when I was a kid, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen it like.
Yeah.
And now, a movie that I watched as a kid that I still love today is Sky High.
Who doesn't love Sky High?
Well, that's the thing. Bruce Campbell's in it, and
Nobody dislikes Sky High, Victor.
well, here's what I'm saying: is movies when you watch when you were a kid, watching now. Like,
Sometimes they don't hold up, yeah, but Sky High, dude, I
haven't
just
watched.
Sky High.
I watched. I was hanging out with this chick, and we watched Spy Kids 3.
Which one is Spy Kids? Because I
The
remember
video game one. I remember liking that movie
that's
as a
Spy
kid.
Kids 3D.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that movie as a kid.
I loved it as a kid, and when we watched it, I'm like, "What the hell is
Dude,
this?"
yeah, the part with his grandpa at the end, so emotional. And he gets his legs back. Doesn't he like stay in the video game?
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" I watched it. I remember watching the movie and having it look so cool and like,
Doesn't
dang. And then you watch it today.
Well,
and it's
all
like,
those movies, the effect. Why? You know what? I haven't seen the first Spy Kids in a while, but I remember that one holding. I think it holds up a little.
Haven't
Like the
seen it in a
thumb
while
people.
yeah,
I think it works with that movie, but yeah, Spy Kids 3D was just like the whole thing. It's like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
yeah.
I remember that movie being awesome. And if you
I haven't
watch it
watched it
now, it's
recently.
like, oh my god.
That reminds me of just like what movies are we gonna watch when we're parents,
And just
That-
be like, what the hell is my kid watching?
and just have our kid watch it and have our kid really like it, and then when they like kind of like Shark Boy and Lava Girl for
Yeah.
us, like we really liked it, and we assume that our parents had to sit there in the theater and watch that movie with adult eyes and be like,
Imagine watching that. Oh my god. When Taylor Lautner has that like musical number. I don't. It's bad.
aren't they Shark Boy and Lava Girl coming back?
Apparently, Robert Rodriguez is like doing some superhero movie for Netflix, and I think it's called We Can All Be Heroes or something. And he said that.
Is Taylor Lautner coming back?
I hope so. How cool would that be? Apparently they have like kids in it.
Huh?
I thought they were brother and sister, but I haven't seen the movie since I was a kid, so I don't remember. I could just be mixing it up with Spy Kids.
It's
too.
2020. What does it matter, Lucas?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyways,
But I haven't seen Taylor Lautner do anything.
the last thing I remember him actually doing
Abduction.
was Abduction, and then I remember he did like 2 years later. You know what? When Abduction came out, I liked that movie.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it in so long, so I don't want to say I still like it because I don't.
I haven't seen
remember.
it.
But I was like a teenager and it was cool. But
Twilight.
no, like 2 years after that, he did like a parkour movie.
A parkour movie. Brick Mansions.
No, that was with Paul Walker.
I know, but that's like the only parkour movie I can think of off the top of my head is Brick
I
Mansions.
think it was like a straight to DVD movie, honestly. But I remember watching it on Netflix, and I remember liking it. Oh, it was called Tracers.
No, I don't even.
It was
think
like this parkour movie.
I don't even think I've heard of it. Actually, I feel like I've seen that like
Yeah,
cover before, but I
I guess he was in Ridiculous 6 with Adam Sandler.
I didn't watch that. I watched.
That was the last movie he was in. Oh no, he was in a movie called Run the Tide. Yeah, his career just ended.
What about those actors that star in those direct? I see Bruce Willis like in these just like straight to DVD movies.
I don't
and
know
I'm
what
just like,
happened. I don't
I just
know if
don't
it's
know.
because like same with
Mel Gibson.
say what you will about Mel Gibson's only done like
Oh, I thought you were gonna refer to that.
Force of Nature.
Yeah.
Horrible. I bought that wanting to love it and it was bad. But like I don't know if like same thing with like Nick Cage is like
Mandy.
does Hollywood not want to work with them or are they asking for too much money or what is it? Yeah, Mandy is good in
Color Out of Space.
Color Out of Space was good, but like all of his other stuff like I saw Primal, dude. I bought that on Blu-ray. And it wasn't good.
I haven't seen it. I've seen
Watching that
one.
movie, watching Primal, within the first 5 minutes, I was like, okay, that shot is like shaky as hell. You could have done that better. Could have done that better. Could have done that better. I'm just like, how was this movie made?
I don't. Obviously, I feel like maybe there's like a money aspect to it, but sometimes part of me thinks
where did Bruce Willis fall off?
he did. I know it's weird because you see these movies like that come out straight to DVD, and he did Glass.
Yeah.
Now people say what you will about Glass. I thought he did an amazing job in it.
Maybe it was Death Wish. I actually like that movie.
I kind of like it too.
I like it.
That scene at the end where he just pulls the machine gun out.
Also, if you read reviews, a lot of them are just complaining about like gun control and stuff.
And then those
So
same people go. Those same people go and see John Wick.
Yeah, but also, I think it came out like right after.
Right after some shooting. I
some
understand.
shooting
And that's why I got pushed back.
Yeah, but my brother bought it for me on Blu-ray, and I like it. Like obviously it has its issues, and Eli Roth or Eli Roth, however you say it.
He's hit and miss as well.
He's a big hit and miss for sure.
Like,
dude, I love Hostel. That is like one of my favorite. Like,
I want to see Green
horror
Inferno. I
movies.
never got to see Green Inferno.
It's bad.
Is it?
Green Inferno.
I love the concept.
It's
though.
just the filmmaking style. It's just like it's not. It doesn't seem professional.
Huh.
Like I don't know how to explain it.
He's doing Borderlands, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that being actually made. Like, you can announce all the movies you want, but like Halo's
Especially
been announced so many times.
No, they're doing the series with Paul.
I know the dude from Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, and Den of Thieves.
Yeah, I like Den. I actually really like Den of Thieves.
You know, he lives in Washington. I'm pretty sure.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's cool. He's a cool dude.
I really like Den of Thieves. Den of Thieves. I was super excited for
I
that
like
movie.
it. I'm a huge fan of like heist movies.
Uh-huh.
So like, dude, I love the
Hurricane
Town.
Heist.
No, like The Town, Den of Thieves. Like I was like really surprised by that movie.
A lot of people are saying it's a rip off of The Heat, though. I mean,
Yeah, Heat's really good, and then like 999, what I was talking about earlier with Casey Affleck.
I've never seen 999.
It's pretty good. I'll let you borrow it if you want, but it's like, I think it was kind of just swept under the rug. Like I think it had a really cool trailer,
Uh-huh.
and the trailer didn't really match the movie.
Huh.
But
I'm
it's
trying to.
more of like a dirty cop movie kind of than like a big action movie. I don't know how to explain it. And it has like Anthony Mackie and Woody Harrelson, Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. I do like Kate
I
Winslet
know
a
you
lot.
Yeah.
What was that? I'm blanking on it with the movie she did with. It was a serious role. I'm forgetting his name too.
What was it about?
Sonic
Sonic?
the Hedgehog. He was in Sonic. Jim Carrey. Movie she did with Jim Carrey. Sunshine to a Spotless Mind. Love that movie.
I've never seen it.
What?
I want to see it so bad. I always look for it on Blu-ray at like half price, and I just can never find it. I'd probably just need to I think it's on Netflix. I just need to probably watch it.
Yeah, I love it. Another movie she's also done with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Have you seen Revolutionary Road?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was
It's
talking
a
about.
good movie. It's
It
a
is-
dark movie.
It is funny to see them back on screen together, and I think it's so much time has passed to where
dude.
they kind of look different from their Titanic days.
And they are both so good in that movie. And Leonardo
Yeah.
DiCaprio is so good in that movie. And also, like, movies that have, like, cheating in it just, like, are so hard to watch for me. And, yeah, my goodness.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Shut up. That's different. That's different.
How is it different?
Because I don't...
He was cheating so many times.
Because I don't feel like there's any, like, emotional weight behind it. Like, you
It's
don't...
just kind of his character trait.
Yeah,
like he
it's
just
like
does
his
it.
character.
You just know he's the kind
I think
of
it
guy
just
to do
depends. Like, Revolutionary Road's, like,
more about the
such a more
relationship.
serious relationship, and it's, like, about family and, like,
Yeah.
husband and wife and like their relationship. Wolf of Wall Street's this dude snorting coke out of strippers' buttholes and making a lot of cash.
Yeah. I love it. All right. So we're headed at the 2-hour mark. We should end it here. What are
That's
your
on
last
you,
words?
fam.
What are your last words, Lukey Luke?
I hope this gets more than 10 views. I hope we can do this more and be more comfortable talking to each other. I'm like,
You're the one who was really shy.
I'm pitting out and I'm nervous for some reason. I feel it.
Right when
All-
I turned on the cameras, Lucas just blanked. We were talking before, like when I was setting everything up.
Oh my God.
We were conversating perfectly well. The moment I started
Maybe you
hitting
should put
record,
a clip of that first clip if you didn't delete it. Like
I deleted
at
it
the end.
all.
Oh, you deleted it.
But like I was just setting everything up, and we're just talking regularly. The moment I'd hit record and I sit down, he just goes blank.
that's
It's
another thing. Is
deer
like,
in the headlights. Just
I'm so nervous because like I don't know. I'm like so nervous. Like I feel like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and then I like forget names and shit, and it just makes it.
I
seem
do that
like
too, I do
have
that too,
no
but-
idea what I'm saying.
Are you scared you're gonna apply for a job and says here you're like the third Transformers movie? Sorry, we can't hire you.
No, I just hate it when I like forget names and stuff and look stupid.
Yeah, you just gotta be more chill.
Yeah.
Chill and
No, I know.
relax.
So I just hope the more we do this, the more
Yeah.
relaxed I get.
Hopefully we get his
Also,
brother
you
Daniel.
need to
on.
get a goddamn AC in here. I'm
I do.
sweating.
We got to get Daniel, your brother, on here.
Daniel will not talk, and he'll be 10 times.
His
worse
brother
than
is incredibly shy. Last story, but I was playing Xbox with him, and we were in there with his friend. And I remember I
me.
asked
So
him,
weird that you play Xbox with my little brother, and I don't play with you guys.
well, your
He
brother-
plays with my little brother too. It's weird.
Oh yeah, Sam's cool. I don't really talk to Sam as much, but Daniel, he's so the the shyest guy I've ever met.
Mhm.
He was this shy. So I ask him a question. He starts answering it and then just stops, like in the middle of his response, just stops.
Tell him the McDonald's story because I wasn't there.
Okay. But so he just stops his response. And then our other friend Ashton just was like, okay, whatever. And he started talking. I'm like, wait. Why the hell did you just stop? Like, he just was in the middle. Like, if I had just asked you a question, you started responding, you just stopped. You just didn't feel like talking anymore.
Yeah.
That's what he did. I was like, what the hell? And then Daniel, he was driving Ashton home after we all got done hanging out. And apparently Ashton was hungry, so they went to McDonald's. And Daniel just was going to refuse to go because, like, the dine-in was closed. And so he made Ashton get in the backseat of the car so Daniel didn't have to interact with the person at the window.
That's my brother.
Do you know why he's so shy?
I don't know. But anyways, we should try to get Jordan on here too.
I really want Jordan to get on here. Jordan's cool. Jordan loves horror movies as much as I do. It'd be super cool to like kind of connect. And he likes the same
you guys
music.
Like the same screamo freak music as well.
Is that weird? Like whenever you hang out with him and like.
Oh no, I think it's really good that we like different stuff.
Well, does he listen to his music with you?
No, we like some of the same music.
It is weird because when
like I really like Logic and he likes Logic too.
When he got hired, like I mean, I talked to him like he's a new hire and whatnot, but it wasn't until like I had to go do a maintenance shift and I was like I had my amp with me and I was listening to music and he's like, oh, you like Beartooth? And I'm like, and that's where we just started talking.
I don't even remember either, but we just like clicked about something. Like I don't remember what it was, but like we started talking. I don't know. He's just the easy person to talk to, like especially if you have something in common with him.
Definitely.
We should get him on here.
We definitely should. Yeah,
we should.
But
he'll come sit with me. We can share a chair.
All right, so we'll just.
I think his wife also thinks we're lovers because we're like such good friends.
That's inappropriate workplace behavior. You're not allowed to date coworkers.
It is inappropriate.
Victor. How dare you, Luke? All right, so we're just gonna end that there.
All right.
Say bye, Lucas.
Peace out.